Hello and welcome to the Stretch Run. We are back here the Saturday after Thanksgiving. Hope everybody had a good Thanksgiving. I'm joined today by Justin Sampson and Michael Oldham, who hit the early pick 5 at Aqueduct. Oldy, how you doing today?
Doing pretty good. Can't complain. Any day that starts off with the boom's a good day, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Justin, I know you're a little technically challenged today. Don't have the normal computer working off an iPad today, but I think you'll be able to make it happen. How are you?
Yeah, it's mainly been trying to I used to have a keyboard with my iPad, and then I'm like, I don't need this anymore, and I got rid of it. I could have really used it because I've been taking notes without a keyboard. So it's just been, but luckily I have StreamYard works on my Surface, which I only use for work. So I have EE on my iPad, and but good StreamYard session. So that's all that matters. Russ, welcome. Wiz, Mike, Scott, Bluegrass.
And Bill, just to address that Raider game yesterday, yes, I feel your pain. I had Brock Bowers to score a touchdown. I had the over of 32 points and the Raiders to win, all parlayed together at plus 4,000. And I did not get a chance at that field goal. I think the Raiders are going to fire Antonio Pierce, and they'll probably pull a Raider move, and they'll hire Matt Eberflus.
I'm not sure he can get a job after Thanksgiving, man. Oldie, how painful was that? I know we have a few minutes.
I mean, it was painful, but it was not as painful as when he didn't call a timeout before the Hail Mary loss in Washington. So
I mean, it was kind of the same situation. But the problem was the last 68 seconds. They had like 4 or 5 plays, and the whole thing was a disaster.
Well, and Caleb said that he was sitting there trying to signal to them that he needed a play, and they didn't have a play lined up ahead of time when he got sacked, and then they got the wrong play in that was to the middle of the field that there was no way they were going to be able to stop. So he had to change the play on the fly too. And, but again, they've had the block field goal. They had the Hail Mary loss where he didn't call timeout while the to position his players for the Hail Mary. And the one guy was arguing was busy chatting with the crowd and not paying attention to the play. And then it was the guy who tipped the ball to the wide open receiver he was supposed to be covering. And then you had that happen. So, that they're all painful. And, some of the stuff that's already coming out about how the reason Caleb was struggling with Shane Waldron was the players had gone and complained about the system that it was too complicated for a rookie quarterback. And Shane Waldron and Eberflus ignored them. It sounds like there was a lot more going on. Sorry, a lot of football talk. But
we got to get up to Aqueduct, race number 6 in 3 minutes. Bluegrass Dan, I did have a parlay into Kansas City to win, so it wasn't that bad, but it could have been a whole lot better. Let me get you up on the screen, Oldie.
Yeah, I'm just trying to see. So there we go. So now this is
Chris Spirit, if I have that right. Thank you guys for using the software and tools you've been teaching in a nice super at Woodbine yesterday. Awesome. We love to hear things like that.
Yeah, that's great.
And welcome, Joe, as well. And I'll let you guys get into this race.
All right. So here, for me, the E picks have it, the top two, the 8 and the 4. I think the Cox horse probably wins this race. Lines up really well, data-wise, with everything. And, that this sequence, I think, is playable and hittable as well. From a pick 5 standpoint, I do not think it will pay as well, though, as the early. So, just keep that in mind. But I'm having trouble with the ticket generator here. Let me see if it's working now. There we go. Well, that's what it wants to do for $120. I think you could possibly take the chance of going down. Hold on. I meant to clock this one too. Hold on. We'll get this up here. for $60. Well, now it's $112.50, but something like that. There are some open legs towards the end. So I'm not opposed to a ticket like this. Let's see, I might eliminate some stuff here, but so
Yes, Chris Couples said is a Breadstone, the old 1, 2, and 3. I have a few Breadstones. He used to be out at Santa Anita all the time, and it was always good to see Fred and get some of his newer paintings.
I'm just looking to see if there's anything out here. This is where I'm going to land.
You know, Oldy,
Oh no, I didn't mean to do that. Hold on. That's where I'm going to land. Go ahead, Justin.
Yeah, I thought Diablo's Mischief was the play here over the Cox. I mean, you're getting a great price too. Well, 5-1 now. I mean, it was all the way up to 6-7-1, but now taking late money. The 4-horse Diablo's Mischief, first time starter. Carlos David hit 22%. Oldy, there's also an EE analysis here, new replacement feature that replaces the Bruno Works on the 4-horse. So the system's obviously catching a trend here. It's second pick for David Ruiz. I think that the 4 might go to the lead as long as this horse is fit and ready to go, which I think the work pattern suggests. This horse is going to potentially just wire the field, is my perspective. So, it looks like the 5 is struggling to load, but the Cox at even money is not surprising. The morning line from E had 3-2, and then I thought the 6 or 7 maybe underneath, but I thought the 2 might even run a good race, but it was between 2, 4, 8 for me. But I put the 4 on top, and then the 6 and 7 even underneath. So,
well, and I think that the 3 might be a play underneath. The 3 and maybe, I know this sounds crazy, but maybe the 9 underneath too might be a play at a big price.
I mean, but we'll see here at the 4. I think great price, 6-1. It didn't have the 8 taking a lot of money at 4-5, obviously for Cox, but we'll see here. Chris, do you have the sound? You're on mute, but
there we go.
Yeah, it looks like they're trying to go in the gate here.
Awesome, Roberta. Giants Audible.
I have a Brad Cox figurine here.
Diablo's Mischief.
And his. I believe we're coming up to the turf pick 3 at Gulfstream next too, if we want to do something there.
Gulfstream just had a 68-1 bomber.
Ride
Nice.
the Rocks. Rye on the Rocks. Is it? All set. Savvy Sunset has early speed from in between horses. There's Awesome Roberta towards the outside. Also trying to keep up towards the inside. There's Royal Event. And tight up the rail is going to be LaGuardia. It's going to be shuffled back behind this leading group. The leader is Savvy Sunset. The pressure is Awesome Roberta. They're a clear 1-2. Center of the racetrack, that's Take Me to London, who's now a stalking third. Tightly at the rail still is Royal Event. In between horses moving forward, here's Giants Audible. 22.57 for very pressured opening quarter mile. Towards the back of the field, LaGuardia and the far back trailer. That is Rye on the Rocks. Awesome Roberta has dispatched of Savvy Sunset so far. But Take Me to London is now within range towards the outside. Midnight Glimmer is under a drive, is starting to move forward, is 2.5 off the lead. Just trying to rally on there. Savvy Sunset's trying to re-rally. Giants Audible, and from the back Royal Event, they reach the top of the stretch, and Take Me to London is now taking the lead. Trying to come back is Awesome Roberta, who's had a big effort so far, was up on the early pace, but is back to second as Take Me to London starts to widen the margin now. It's Take Me to London, who's up by 2.5. Awesome Roberta is going to switch towards the outside. Giants Audible has run up into third. It's going to be Take Me to London. Eddie Franco picks up another one. Take Me to London gets the victory over Awesome Roberta. Then came Giants Audible and Midnight Glimmer. Final running time, 1 minute 12.35 seconds.
Just 2 more seasons of winter dirt racing on the NYRA circuit.
Yep.
All right. Let's get out to the aforementioned Gulfstream Park, race number 5.
Yes. And like I said, also, I believe the start of their turf pick 3 here. Yep. That is correct.
Yeah,
As I look here. So the one horse here for Todd and his Fletcher, his eye as a board, is 22% to win, not among the top picks, but there looks like there might be a glitch there with the long shot in the second pick there. For me, that's my top pick. It's also top GSR. If I were to add here, it would be the 2 and the 7. I guess I don't particularly like the 8 for Ramsey here. And I think the 7 for Abreu has a big look at 5 to 1.
What's going on, Tony? Welcome.
I thought this is a tough race. I thought many of these the pick 5 probably going to pay. You could use a bunch here. You know, one, I have the 10 on top, Oldy, actually. You know, I think this horse versus this group has a good GSR, very competitive main special weight field. I mean, they've all been racing, so, you know, anywhere from 3 to 6 times. You know, I've been running for a similar company and as the 2nd and 2/3. So it's, you know, the 13 is a player as the AE as well, draws into the race, you know, been the favorite. But I thought this thing was wide open. Like, I can make a case for 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 10, 13.
I agree. It could be wide open. For me, though, I'm going to try singling the 1 here and opening the ticket up. And I thought there were some interesting other plays elsewhere, like in the middle. I thought the middle leg was wide open. So I'm going to go 7, 5, 1, 8.
Hey, guys.
I'd single the 7 if
and the 9, I believe. I think the 7's going to get caught up in a pace duel there.
in race 7.
In race 8, which is the leg 2 of the.
Oh, sorry, race 8. Really?
Yeah.
I would be surprised by that. But I mean, this horse is just dropping. I mean, there's nothing wrong. It's still protected here. I mean, this group is so much easier, obviously, but has had troubles to win, right? But I don't. You have Jaramillo on, Oldy. There's enough speed here in front. Like, I mean, if he breaks on top, maybe. But yeah, I mean, it's again. I think it's tough to find a single somewhere. But I would single the 7 for me here in a turf pick 3. But you know, I think the 9 could run a big race as well as the 3 and 5, the 2 Scotty picks, as well as the 1. Yeah. I think the 1 has a shot, but yeah, Chris thought that last race was tough. But it is. I thought it was a tough sequence. And then race 11, right? Oldy is the last in turf pick 3. Is that I think it's a maiden special no, it's an allowance. Yeah. I mean, I think Tape Runner, the Sky Long Shot, has a big look. It's Jaramillo way off the pace. I think the 7 has a big look. The 5 is a player, but I don't love. I think the 2 is for sure has a look. I would have to use at least like 2, 6, 7, 5. I don't know. It's
The Turf Pick 3 pool is sitting at around 21,000 right now. Scotty did send us a text, guys, and said refresh your screen.
I don't like Lady Mary in this race, Oldy, at all. I mean, dropping in GSR, win percent's only 10%. The morning line doesn't like.
You don't like Lady in the last race?
Yeah.
Lady Mary the 8. No, I agree to some extent, but Sisterton's been really good with these types of horses. And it does win the race sim. So I don't know. It could get the jump on the 6 there.
I think the 4 Aspen Dawn has a big look. I mean, Morelos rides for Cassie, but this horse means it's still lightly raced. I mean, I thought this was a much tougher allowance than race, was it 8 or 9?
And see, the Safi horse, the 7, is gaining 7 points in GSR as well, and does have a win against 58 on the turf.
Yep.
And
6, 7.
Running him.
Yeah. I had 6 on top over 7 over 2, 4, 5. Would probably be how if I would play. But it's a tough sequence for Turf Pick 3.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna single that 1 here because I think that's the most likely winner in the sequence for Pletcher there.
1-1 double right now in race number 5 is paying 5-1.
Not bad.
2 or 3 to 5 morning line shot the next race. By the way, I have a Churchill at Hawthorne story for you at some point today.
Okay. Those are two completely different, or at least not situations, but what's the word I'm thinking of? Yeah, the one looks solid in the next. So 1-1 double is not bad.
I'm just watching the Will Pays.
My only concern, man, with the 1 is and it's the case in all of these sire that horse is going 2 churns. But it's a likely winner. I do think the 6 is for sure a player though for Carlos David, but I
thought of the 2 1s that are going 2 turns for the first time in these stakes. I thought the 1 in the next is the least likely of the 2.
The next one?
Yeah, so because rated by merit goes in the race 10.
Yeah.
And that feels terrible. Where this field, I think, has some options. I think the 6 was interesting. I think this 5 is, if you throw out the last race, might be possible. And then the
get ready to go here. It is Host time.
But I'll take my chance, I guess, with
the horses are at the gate.
John, I think
Post time
here for sure.
Moving in for race 5.
I mean, I would have used 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 10, 13, but I'm not going to play the Turf Pick 3.
So there was a tournament yesterday, Oldy at Hawthorne.
Yeah, no, I know.
Matt was there and playing in the tournament. He had found a spot that he wanted to use, which is a race at Churchill. Goes to the window to go make a bet. There is a disagreement between Hawthorne and Churchill, and you can't bet Churchill at a Hawthorne.
That's new.
Mhm.
'Cause it was,
It's about, he said, like 2 weeks old.
Deep and competitive field assembled here for race number 5 with the 9-5 favorite Enlightened for Team Pletcher. Draw on the inside. Draw on the outside. Peretti will complete the line.
Yeah, yellow, back from vacation.
They're all set. And they're off. Step slow to get going. Paris Surprise. The favorite Enlighten was away quickly and right to the early lead. Moving up between horses, Escondido is on the go. Out the center, here's Peretti moving up and around traffic. Also into the top flight goes Chow Chuck. Settling down while down toward the rail is Beach Gold. Racing on his outside is Corruption. Floating wide to the first turn, Mythic Performance. Then it's Bell Mountain. Down at the rail is Proton Spirit. Paris Surprise lingers toward the back of the field. 2 back to We Live This Game, and lagging well back early is Wincham. Around the first turn they go, and it's Raylu Gutierrez and Peretti from the 13 post to the rail. On top now by a length, Escondido is second. Chow Chuck is a very keen third. Enlighten has got a great spot fourth at the inside for Zayas, followed fifth by Beach Gold. Outside sixth is Mystic Performance. Bell Mountain looks for a split between horses. Then back to two Corruption ahead of We Live This Game and Paris Surprise. Still lagging at the back is Wincham. They went the half in 47. And 3. They leave the backstretch and move on to the far turn. Peretti leads 3 parts of a length, looking for room. Enlightened. 3 wide, Chow Chuck. 2 path, Escondido. Then Beach Gold, Mythic Performance, Yellow Cap far outside. Bell Mountain looking for a split between horses. Proton Spirit is at the rail. Plenty of hopes here as they straighten for home. 3/4, 111 flat. Trying to get through at the rail is Enlightened. Peretti is in front. Chow Chuck takes aim. Far outside, it's Mythic Performance. They come past the 8th pole. It's still Enlightened trying to get through at the rail. He's loose now. Bell Mountain splits horses late. Then it's Beach Gold, but Enlightened rides the rail to victory. Enlightened in front. Bell Mountain second,
Chris,
Beach Gold third, closer fourth,
five.
Chow Chuck or Peretti.
What did we end up betting on
flat.
that double, Chris?
A little higher than 3 to 1.
Okay.
Yeah, not bad. It was at 5 and then 4.
Oh, it's showing 2 to 1 right now.
Yeah. Jonathan, we'll get the polos out likely next week. Been a little hectic with the holiday, so.
I mean, if you look at the well pays, to the second choice in the next race is 20 to 1.
Mm-hmm.
I did dodge a little bit to that.
Enjoy some Wicked, Matt.
Yeah.
I was just telling the story about how you can't bet Churchill at the Hawthorne OTB. Who knew? And those Hawthorne tournaments are like wide open. You can bet any race, any track, any bet, whatever you want.
Well, not any track.
Well, yeah, not any track, but Churchill. All right, let's get over to the schedule. 219. We're at 226 right now. So it looks like Tampa Bay Downs race number 5. I believe this is a turf race.
Yeah, and I did not think this was all that wide open either. I thought this was the 6 and the 8 all day. Here is there, let me just check who the firster is by. It's a Brandon Walsh firster, but terrible GSR. 6 has already won a turf race and was DQ'd back to 8th. And Dini takes over on the 6. So I would just, I think it's the 6 and the 8. That might be my exacta play as well. I don't think I'm going to play a pick 5 here. I'm just looking.
6 and the 8.
But I had this whole section marked for Tampa as you could go pretty skinny here. I'd be 3-8 in the next if you were looking for a pick 3 or a double. So let's just play this out here. 6-8, 3-8, and then I had 5, 9, 10. And all right, so here I think this is actually supposed to be 2-6, so I'm going to keep that as 2-6. And then I was 7-8 in the last.
It's a fairly skinny ticket.
Yeah, $24. If you thought, for instance, the 8, who looks like a really nice horse, is going to go gate to wire again, there you could go skinnier and play for $12 like that. And that's likely what I'm going to do here.
Okay.
Justin, thoughts here on race 5 at Tampa?
I'm not going to look at Tampa at all. No.
Okay. It just felt like this might be a pretty chalky sequence. I am seeing, though, that the Walsh horse is taking money, so I might add that here, even though the GSR is bad.
Post out today's 5th race, the Lamb South.
That size of Tampa. The entire Devils pool has $2,400 in it right now.
The entire doubles pool is $2,400. That seems, even for Tampa, kind of small.
Well, the pick 4 is only 24,000. Sorry, pick 5. No, it's up to 33.47 now. He'll take money light. Turf course is always in good shape at Tampa.
Yeah, no, it's looked nice all week.
After this, we will get on out to Aqueduct Race 7. And then the next one is that Florida Sire Stakes for 2-year-old fillies. What's your race of the day, Oldy?
That's a good question. So race of the day or horse of the day, depending on how you want to look at it. I'm leaning the 2 in race 11 at Churchill, which is the grade 2 Kentucky Jockey Club stake. My second choice in this race was the 6, and that horse scratched out of there.
And the horses have reached the gate. It's post time. They're lining up now for today's 5th. Starting lead pick 5. It's Lamb South race of the week.
But I will say she's a funky drummer. I think the 7 has a decent shot coming back to turf for Ravelli at Churchill in race 10 as well.
One of 3 first-timers in here. Favoritism to the number 9 Cat Eyes at 2-1, 5-2 on the number 6 Enchant, and 9-2 on the number 8 American Dreammaker. There's Mystical Powers, Hector Diaz Jr. for Greg Sacco to gate 3. Kefalu's got in American Dreammaker in the pink colors to gate 8.
So Woodbine has a new rule now.
Mystical Powers.
14 days between starts.
True Men.
They have to do something at this point.
Cat Eyes has moved in. Waiting on Betula, and Fletcher's Fancy will be also.
I mean, they're dropping like it's turf paradise there.
Yeah.
Betula coming up.
And Justin, I don't know if you've seen that, but
Fletcher's Fancy, first time starter to the outside, Jose Ferrer.
Yeah, it's a bummer.
Fancy going up. India. couple of them acting up there toward the inside. Settle down.
It's like they're going to listen to the announcer.
It's time for Batula, who goes right out to the early advantage. Enchant in the orange colors. The gray is up close, and from the far outside, Cat Eyes wants a piece of the early mix as well. But it's Batula and Pablo Morales take the point by the wire the first time around. Enchant coming up to put up some mild pressure from second. On the outside, Cat Eyes is third. Just inside of that, Mystical Powers now fourth. It's like to have more back to Flincher's Fancy, who's fifth on the outside, of Forever Again sixth at the rail. Just in behind them comes Chefaloo. American Dreammaker out three deep in the pink colors is third last. True Myth is second last. The first time starter Float On By is the early treader. As they wheel toward the back stretch. Batula is the leader, 23-1. Modest tempo out there for Batula in front of length and a tail. Enchant is in that second position. Up from the outside, Cat Eyes, Shadows, Mystical Powers, they're third and fourth. Down the back stretch, American Dreammaker has got up a couple of spots, goes by Flincher's Fancy, who's now back in sixth. Down to the inside, Forever Again is seventh, joined by True Myth on the outside from eighth. Two more, then back to Chefaloo, who's second last, and Float On By continues to trail. Chula took him through an opening half at 48 and 4/5 seconds, maintains that one-length lead.
Not all that fast.
Enchant trying to get a little bit closer now from that second position. It's another length back to Cat Eyes, who's third, out 2.5 deep. On the far outside now, American Dreammaker starting to warm up on the outside. It's American Dreammaker up to third. They still got to catch Batula. Batula comes to the top of the stretch. The lead a half a length.
How much of the pool do you
Enchant
have?
on the outside.
Yeah.
American Dreammaker,
The doubles.
True Myth coming with a 4-wide sweep. Trying to run on in behind. Flincher's Fancy. Chefaloo's putting in a bid. A final furlong left to go, and Batula kicks for home. Batula in front by 2. Enchant down the outside. True Myth trying to get to this long time leader. It's still Batula there. True Myth down the outside along with Enchant. Batula in front. Batula bit of front end. Press the digitation.
Long shot. Yeah.
Batula got in the leg. Enchant was second. Then came True Myth. After that was a photo for fourth between American.
You see man's comment. The pool got better. He made a couple of plays. I played small, two $50 doubles using this. Okay.
All right, Aqueduct race 7.
Yep. Out to the duct.
So I do think this was the 3, 4, 7. The 5's taking a big step up in class. Does get a increase in GSR, but it was barely winning against 46s, and now at Finger Lakes, and now is coming to Aqueduct in a 64. For Weaver, the Rudy horse, I don't think much of off the claim. It was supposed to be a rising star, according to my notes. So I must have heard something about that horse at some point. And the one's kind of burnt money. And hasn't won since 2021.
Be right back. Hello, Al.
So even though the 3 looks like a little bit of a money burner as well, the 4 and the 7 look pretty decent to me. Any thoughts, Justin?
Yeah, this great competitive allowance race over at the Big A. It looks like there's only a minute to post, so I'm not sure if I'm doing sound or Chris. Let me make sure I'm tracking here. Very competitive, though. I think you have a wide range of horses, though, Oldy. You have, it's 3 and up, and you have a horse like Stolen Magic, who's a 3-year-old colt for Linda Rice.
Yeah.
I think for sure is a player here. I mean, if you toss the last out effort on the turf and just get rid of it, I mean, nearly won a 60 and a 62, lightly raced off the layoff. I mean, hasn't been winning, gets the cutback off the turf. I think with Linda Cancel in a race like this, that's really sneaky. I mean, Crazy Mason for sure looks like the horse and wins the race him easy, if I remember, Oldie. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
I think it's between those two. I pin tracked those for sure. A player has 12 wins and 32 tries. But has been running kind of a similar, winning, one at Aqueduct, one at 6. Now it's 6.5 and hasn't been as successful was my biggest concern with the 4. Has one win. I think it was probably between those three. Oldie, I didn't have a huge preference. I think on the win end, but I probably put the 3 on top. But it looked between 3 and 7.
Yeah, I mean, I can't argue with you. 3. I mean, if you can get the 3 on top, you're going to get a better price in the in an exacta or something like that. But I just don't see how you get around that here.
Yeah, I'm not going to play this race or anything, but I didn't. I thought there was a lot of competitive races, but I do think here you get the top win with the 3. I think, this horse has had some trouble, and if you toss some, it's had some layoff lines, but if you toss, the horse has run okay off the layoff. It did run well 2 back, but I don't know. You can find fault in many of these in this race. So we'll see. Do I need to sound Oldie, or is Chris, are you back? Or you're back?
Griffin doesn't talk a whole lot before the races, so it's always hard to tell whether the audio is on.
Yeah.
And then we'll be back out to Gulfstream for the next Oldy. We're getting $3.30, 3.3 to 1.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
War Stride. Crazy Mason. Slow. Fit. Set. Speed towards the inside from Shipsational. Set early to pick from now. Ari's Magic in between horses with Prick Rack. And these two hook up. Prick Rack wants the front, likes to be up front, and Prick Rack had to move quickly. And
It's a good sign that Prick Rack is
1.5 in front of Ari's Magic, but did have to
alert
work.
today, though.
Is up by 2.5. Now moving forward up the outside is War Stride.
Gulfstream,
wide.
Gulfstream, John.
Flat for that opening quarter mile.
1-1 double.
Sensational
Last
trailer.
race into the next one.
Prick Rack keep going. As Prick Rack, who's in front, is up by 3/4 of a length. They start to inch closer now. Ari's Magic is in the 2 path. 3 wide, here comes War Stride. 4 wide is going to be Crazy Mason. Shipsational was off the early heat, is down at the rail.
And that 3 got to go like 8 wide.
Yeah, it's had a great trip.
Prick Rack is still there. It's Prick Rack 45
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I was only 6 wide. Should win the race. We'll see.
Was sitting
looks like it.
Waiting to pounce, and here comes Stolen Magic down the center of the racetrack. Is run right on by. A final furlong left to go. Stolen Magic is in front and kicking away. Very game towards the inside.
Ideal setup, though, for sure.
Sensational splitting rivals.
Well, that was to be expected, though. I mean,
a riding triple. Stolen Magic wins it. Then came Shipsational, a photo.
Well, it's always good to find winners. 5-2.
Yeah.
And her
3-1 morning line.
Yeah, I was that you definitely. There was a couple scratches there too. I didn't really look at them, but all right, where are we going? Gulfstream.
We're going to Gulfstream, and then we have a request from Rodney for a pick 4 at Churchill starting in race 5.
That's all, because I did not look at Churchill. I'm
No
happy.
pressure, right?
I'm happy to chime in, but I'm sticking with the tracks we can watch. But let's keep going because Oldy, you go ahead. I know you're single to the 1, so.
Yeah, well, not singles, but single for the. I have a double. I played a $50 double to the 1, and a
nice
$10 double to the 6.
Oh, and Matt, I'm glad you used the 3 there. Good job. That's getting Matt to tune in, Chris. See, we can help him sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought, Oldy, I did think that I thought the 6 was a player here. I thought so. And if you're playing on Express Bet, they have a $10 win bet tournament. I think you can share of $10,000. You have to hit 10 win bets on all the stakes since Thursday. there is a bunch today, but this is one of them. So I think I've hit 4 or 5. I gotta keep hitting them. The one that it'd be look between 1 and 6 to me. I know they have that other stakes in a little bit, right, Oldy, and we talked a little about that, but I did think Stunner. I mean, is Cox, is Zayas, right? Looks just, I mean, is a Gervin bred, so I mean, just looks much the best. But if you look at the 6, I mean, has for David, on the stretch out, could appreciate the stretch out as well, right? I mean, 1 in a 70 last out, so has won maiden and won a stakes right after breaking her maiden, and then won again. So that was my biggest concern against the 1. I just thought the 6, she looks like a really nice horse, and if I really don't like Our Morning Brew, because I think our Morning Brew is going to get caught up in the pace here with Stunner, and I think the 1 going to put the 5 away, man. And the 5 looks to predominantly, Oldy, to me, look to be a sprinter based on the GSR. I don't think that Our Morning Brew want to go 2 turn. I just don't think so. So,
well, and the GSR agrees with you. It's a 14-point drop off 7 furlongs and a 20-point drop off 6 furlongs.
Well, and look, last out she ran in the horse that the race the 6 won. So they both came out of that stakes race, and she went off as the favorite, but now stretches out like. But in that would be my worry with Stunner, man. If the 5 can show any amount of speed, and is the 1 going to be able to sit back and rate stock? Because if not, then I think it sets it up for the 6. But and Rodney, I think you can make the case for the free square. I mean, Oldy did too, because he predominantly doubled straight into the 1. But I do think if there's any trouble on her, that 6 horse is winning the race. So
and the other thing I would note on the 5 was that Zayas gets off the 5 to ride the Cox horse, the 1 Stunner. And to me, that's another sign he would be sticking with the Saffy horse if he thought the Saffy horse was the play here.
Yeah, I mean, he's gonna take the mount on Stunner, obviously. Like, I mean, so
right,
yes,
but I'm just saying.
But I mean, and I don't know who else. I mean, I heard Dylan was coming to ride right at Gulfstream, but maybe he's not there yet.
He's not, and so Jose is going to Fairgrounds for the winter.
Yeah, I know that, to ride for Cherie DeVoe, right? So, I mean, he gets a lot of great mounts, but he's dominating the jockey standings right now.
Yeah.
Well,
and,
Oldy, now we know why we're getting 3.3 to 1 on this.
And also now we know why I could just Dutch $10 there to the 6 and get over 20 to 1.
30 grand in that double pool coming into this race here.
Well, let's get it, Matt. Let's all make some money.
Yeah. Because if Rodney think the 2 could come into the exacta, I mean, I think you can make a case for many of them. I'd make a case more for the long shot to come into the exacta or the trifecta. The 3 are maiden, so I'm not really seeing that.
We would see too, Matt.
So we'll see. You're getting a good price. I mean, the 1 got float up. It took a lot of money there for a bit. It was all the way bet down to 1 to 9.
There's the 1.
Looking good out there, looking fit.
Back to the Gulfstream post round. It was good for what? about a year, maybe.
But I will still, even as bad as Charlestown is,
Oh,
and Gulfstream's been in the past, that one day at Finger Lakes with that I just happened to be watching on a weekday while I was working, and they had an 18-minute post drag with no scratches, and we're not circling around in the paddock.
wow. That's a long time for the have the jocks up too.
Yep. Nobody got off the horses.
I
Never
saw
seen
somebody-
anything like it.
I saw
There was no
some-
reshoeing going on, nothing that you could see, at least.
Yeah.
I think
I
we're all
saw-
alive to the one in the two.
I saw somebody on X yesterday was looking to get some horses shipped from Woodbine to Charlestown. And I thought, out of the frying pan and into the fryer for those guys.
Hopefully Woodbine, because Woodbine has some decent stakes at the end of the card today.
Yeah.
Oh, hopefully they have a safe.
The horses are at the gate. It's post time for the My Dear Girl division of the Florida Sire Stakes. They go to the first finish line for $300,000. The heavily backed runner has the inside gate. That's Stunner. Trainer Brad Cox invades with jockey Edgard Zayas on board. Now Kip the Distance is the next one to go forward. My Denise will be next. My Denise wears the Just for Fun stable colors. Next up, Be a Queen. Last
They're
two
really
up.
running on top of
Winning,
each
you're
other.
in. On the outside.
What do we run on top
Hey.
of Tampa? Or
Woodbine and Laurel.
yeah,
We'll get out to Churchill next. Let me check Laurel, see if they've already
Winning,
done.
you're in.
I think Justin liked the horse there.
Today to the outside gate.
winning.
All
you're
eyes
in
on
what?
Stunner. She has the inside
Oh,
gate
that's
as the
the name
heavy
of the
favorite.
horse.
They're in the gate.
And we'll be able to get up the wall.
Stunner's unsettled here. Settles in. Starter holds him.
It's a great view for the start.
And
couldn't be
they're
nice
off
for the
in the
start.
My
It's
Dear Girl.
Not great. When
Good
you're
start
waiting
for the
them to
rail
get
horse.
to the
Stunner and the big favorite wastes no time. She offensive-minded and takes the lead. Hustled into second is Our Morning Brew to go right after this big favorite. My Denise comes away in third from Winning You're In. Fide is out wide on the course, third last. Second last is Kip the Distance. The early trailer is Be a Queen, and the leader is the big favorite. It's Stunner to the backstretch on top for Zayas by almost a length. Our Morning Brew is on a flanking position in second, 5 ahead of Fide, who now races into third, tightening the gap on the top two. At the rail in fourth is Winning You're In. 3 back to My Denise, then Kip the Distance. Reserved at the back is Be a Queen through the opening quarter in a very quick 23-1. They go to the first finish line here in the 2024 My Dear Girl division of the Florida Sire Stakes. It's Stunner in the colors of L&J Foxwoods on top by a length. On the outside, Our Morning Brew is second from the team of Winning You're In and Fide. They're third and fourth. 4 back to My Denise, who's now fifth, spots the leader about 8 lengths. 2 back to Kip the Distance, and the trailer is Be a Queen. They leave the backstretch and move on to the far turn. 47-2 for a half mile, and Stunner shifts gears. Stunner now puts away Our Morning Brew and opens 3. Up on the inside, Winning You're In is into second from Our Morning Brew, then Fide. Running home a bit from the back is My Denise. She's drawn within 9 lengths of the lead. Their others have tailed off with less than 5/16 to go. Stunner now a quarter of a mile out. She's 4 on top. Fide trying to get into the clear to try to get a slice outside My Denise. Dropping back now is Our Morning Brew off the turn in the short stretch of the first finish line run. Stunner is shortening up. She's gone awfully quick and she's not home yet. My Denise tries to spoil the party. She's charging hard at the 16th mark. Here comes My Denise on the outside of Stunner. Stunner is on the ropes. My Denise surging to her. My Denise got up.
Wow,
My Denise and Jesus Rios spring a huge upset. They ran down Stunner to win the My Dear Girl. Fide is third, 149 and 1.
And 6 stuck too close to them.
The 3 was the maiden too, which is just crazy, you know. Yeah, the 6 didn't have the greatest trip, I think, Oldy. I mean, but yeah, it was so close to that speed. You know, if the 6 takes back like the 3, you know, 6 get a perfect trip, but the maiden 5% blows up the board.
Can't live on only chalk. Absolutely agree.
I do think the chalk is tough at Laurel. If we're going to go Laurel, the 6 horse, I thought maybe you could get a into the 8 in the next race is a good price. The 6 going to be a big favorite here though, but a 6-8 just cold daily double.
The dingo ate your baby.
If you want to place a win bet, you could place a win bet on the 6 too.
Yeah, the 6 looks tough. The 6 and the 7. But I might take a chance, maybe take a chance on the 7 at 3-1, but 3-1 is not a great price either. And somebody asked about a pick 4 at Churchill, so I'll start working on that while we're
vaccination.
Mr. Miller would disagree with you.
The 7 taking late money. I thought the 6 was a single, Oldie. Would you said the 7 as well?
Yeah, I think the 7 could be a factor as well.
I'm feeling the 6, Justin.
Yeah, I just thought this horse sits a perfect trip.
Vaccination
won 3 in a row for Ness. It's the horse is protected still.
It's a mile distance, second wire.
Oh, good thing Luan Machado wasn't here.
Deep outside, Uncle Cat gets the first call from the gate. Hit the road, Jack has early foot too, and the dingo ate your baby. Collection Day racing on the outside will settle without pretense near the inside as they move on to the main portion of the track. And back to Capcom is in between horses, bunched up here. On the far outside is Vaccination in the clear, and followed by War Master racing to the back of the pack with Yurkan Maro. Only 8 lengths will cover the field. Uncle Cat shows the way, 5.5 out. Uncle Cat from Hit the Road, Jack by a length. Collection Day is in third. Between horses, Capcom is in fourth. Without pretense, saving ground there, 5th position, followed by the dingo, Ate Your Baby, 3 wide far turn, and Vaccination going to be 4 wide into the turn run. War Master biding time. There's 7 lengths on the front at this point. Outrun is Yurkan Maro. Into the turn they roll, and it's Uncle Cat in front from Hit the Road, Jack pushing through down to the inside, prompting Collection Day's third, Capcom 4th, Vaccination going smoothly enough at this point. Without pretense, and War Master is widest of them all into the stretch of the dingo, Ate Your Baby. Yurkan Maro is far back. Quarter mile to go. They're in upper stretch now. Hit the Road, Jack. Uncle Cat continues to battle on the outside. Uncle Cat hit the Road, Jack. Hit the Road, Jack just in front. Down to the inside, Capcom. Collection Day has now pushed into third. Hit the Road, Jack. Opening up, finally getting away.
Yeah, but I would have
16th to go. 3-way scrambles on for third, possibly second there. Going to be closer for a second, but it's Hit the Road, Jack. Hit the Road, Jack. Photo second, Capcom or Collection Day.
All right, Oldy, quickly out to Churchill.
All right, hold on. Quickly out to Churchill. Somebody asked about a pick 4. You could do that. You could also, just as an option here, if you wanted to go skinny, for $12 and play it multiple times. So the 7, Patch Adams here, for Brad Cox, another Brad Cox horse, was a big buzz horse when we were in Keeneland.
Yep.
And catches an easier group here. And, then the other Brad Cox horse, the 5, who's 8-5 on the morning line, Disco Time. You could double single there. If you don't trust the maiden here and you want to play this differently, you could do something like you could spread your 48 there as well. Let me undo the X's that are already there.
Oldy, you worried about the 10 here?
It does really well on the race sim, but I don't personally like it, even though it picked this up. Famous last words, but I may throw the 10 out and see what else it comes up with, because I don't like it. Interesting that it picks up the 6, who's 1%.
And we will get out to Aqueduct
For Lobo here. Very interesting there. I mean, that might be worth a shot just because it's picking up the 6 there. But I'm going to go ahead and play it this way, even though I think, and then I might play the pressed one as well, if I can get it in before they go off, of course. Six, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, and the maidens.
They're in the gates.
Well, not going to get the pressed one.
And they're off. That's the one, like a rocket out of there. Quickly in front, Patch Adams comes on to be second. Can't Stop Munning's third. Missed the turn to McGordy down inside. Scramble on early as they cross to the main track. That's the one with that good start, leads the way, but it's a narrow lead. McGordy is right there, pressing from the inside second. Patch Adams up and on the pace on the outside third. Can't Stop Munnings is fourth. Master Mule for the inside fifth. Missed the turn is in sixth. The News in seventh. Ripped on the far outside is eighth. Dixie Devil is ninth. Shogun over to the inside 10th and only 5 lengths off the lead. Native Runner is second to last far turn run, and Traders at the back. Round the far turn, that's the one. Surrounded by challengers, Patch Adams 3 wide. McGordy at the rail as they round the far turn through a half and 45 seconds. Flat quarter pole coming, and Patch Adams is coming too. Here's Patch Adams up for the lead at the top of the stretch. Set down for the drive as they turned in. That's the one trying to go with Patch Adams, but Patch Adams has kicked it into high gear.
Goodbye.
5 in front. And opening up,
should have gotten the pressed one in.
Patch Adams finishes with a flourish and is geared down to win it by 10.
Well, that was fairly easy.
Yeah. My original pick 4 was probably the way to go.
Yeah, I've been
Looks like maybe Tampa race 6 next.
Tampa race 6. Kind of.
We don't have to. We got 6 minutes to Aqueduct race 8 also.
What do you want to do? You want to cover this Tampa race?
This was the one that I thought was just 3-8 or 8-3. So the Juan Avila takes over on the 8, coming in from Gulfstream. Done its best running on the synthetic though. Doesn't need the lead.
To the sandy track at Tampa.
Yeah, it's very sandy today.
I get my Amazon order. Be right back. I do have the audio ready to roll. Yep.
All right. Quick pick 4 would be like $6. And you could obviously go wider here, but I think that this is a doable pick 4. At 3-8. So your top 2 picks, top 2 win percentages, your 5, 9, and 10
Now approaching the starting gate with less than 1 minute to post time.
in the
Today's
turf
start
flag.
for 1 minute.
Why did I grab the 10 there? Hold on. That must have been a mistake. But must have been a reason I did it. I don't know why. All right, 5, 9, 10, 2, 6, which are the top EE picks or top win percentages there. And then the 8.
Now the horses have reached the gate. It's post time. They're lining up now for today's 6th as we start our league pick 4 here at Tampa Bay Downs. Field of 8 here at 7 furlongs. Your 2-1 post time favorite number 3, Cali Sue. 5-2 Cajun Fantasy on the outside. 4-1 down at the fence for Sing Scat. Sing Scat has gone in.
And I'll add, if you're not confident in the turf flag, you could go all there and play the rest of the ticket, and it's only a $20 ticket.
Moving forward. The dancer is in. Here's Cali Sue to gate 3. Solaire will be next. Along with Hopaway Hottie. The final one to join, Cajun Fantasy. Samuel Marin to the outside draw. We're just about set for a start. Cajun Fantasy coming up. And in. You're in the gate. And the race is on. Up away Hottie in the orange cutters. Got away good over. Here's Cali Sue driving through down toward the inside of the green to challenge. Also up from the far outside, Cajun Fantasy. Glitter Bay is part of the other mix, as is Sing Scat. It's 5 up right across the course as they come out of the main track proper. The inside, Sing Scat. Glitter Bay, Cali Sue 3 deep, 4 deep there. Hop away Hottie and Cajun Fantasy out 5 wide is 5th, but only a length and a half off the top. Breaking 2 more. Back to Solaire, who sits just in behind that quintet up front. Then a space of 7. And Abby the Bulldog, nothing from Marina Dancer, who's already about 15 lengths behind. As Sing Scat keeps the front. 23 seconds for that opening quarter mile. Sing Scat just a length and a half clear. Glitter Bay, Cali Sue 3 deep, 4 deep here for Hopaway Hottie as they run into that turn. And comes Solaire in behind. Cajun Fantasy tried to drop over a little bit, back off that battle up top. As around the turn they run, and Sing Scat still the leader. 45 4 the opening half mile. Sing Scat there, length and a half. To Hopaway Hottie, Cali Sue. Cajun Fantasy now going to tip back out to the outside for the final 3/16 of a mile. Sing Scat is still the leader. It's Sing Scat to the top of the stretch. Here comes Cajun Fantasy charging up on the outside. Solaire is in behind. Horse is going to dip down toward the inside. Also right there, Cali Sue. Cajun Fantasy grabs the lead just inside the 8th pole. Battling on is Sing Scat. Down the far outside, Abby the Bulldog is putting in a good bid. Cajun Fantasy, Sing Scat, Abby the Bulldog late on the scene. Cajun Fantasy, Samuel Marin to win it. Abby the Bulldog in second. Then came Sing Scat, Cali Sue, and Solaire was 5th.
All right. You had that 8-3 Oldy, and there was the 8 right there.
Not the way I drew it up, but I didn't have the entire field rushing up trying to get the lead. But
Nope. Have my Amazon order. Always good to get some Durasol. Gotta have this stuff for the horse.
nice.
It's
Well,
got
how
that.
does that work? Well, what do you do with the horse there with that?
It's just for the feet, man. Dude's got bad feet.
So do I. So can I get a Duracell for my feet?
Well, he gets Durasol. He gets this other gel. It's all stuff to keep the peat very hard and not moist, soft. A lot of it is the ground here in Florida with the wetness. Too much bad stuff. All right, Oldy, let's get you out to where we going.
Aqueduct. I thought this race was wide open.
Matt was single to the 10 here, that double into this, which is paying $9.60 to 1 off of the 3 in the last race that he pivoted to because Justin.
The 10, I thought the 10 looked tough. I like the 4 Acoustic Avenue, the long shot too, but I think they're about to go.
Yeah, the 4 Acoustic Avenue is not bad. I actually like the one Quiet Wisdom. You're getting 5 to 1 on. That was my top choice.
I'm trying. There's a lot of speed, I think, in this race, if I remember right.
Yeah, there is.
See, I thought this was between the 10 and the 4, but yeah, I think you can make a case for the 5 and 9, or even, but I don't. There's a lot of speed in this race.
Has Matt ever not played the favorite? From time to time, but 3 million in 6 years of Breeders' Cups, Breeders' Cup betting classics, Breeders' Cup betting challenge is it's good enough for me.
Lock and key.
And also a lot of the times the reason they're that chalky is because he has gotten out. He's the computer player who's not the computer player.
Exactly.
What you're talking about, Jose Gomez.
And he's an expert at finding 2 favorites that'll pay what, 7, 8 to 1.
Yeah, I was going to go as low as 5 to 1.
Behind the gate there.
Oh, come on, 10.
In front of the gate, but looks like the 10 is now in. All set. What you talking about? The far outside has that early speed. Acoustic Ave is in that early mix. Yo Banana Boy, and joining them also is Flying Emperor 4 across the racetrack early. Plenty of pace on here in the early stages. The Railers by Wisdom the Gray got passed by Lock and Key. Lock and Key is now taking 5th as a 4-way battle.
Banana Boy.
Caldo Candy was off a step slowly, but is now moving forward. From the back is the Gray is on the move with less than 4 furlongs to go, and they zip through that opening quarter. 22 seconds flat. That pressured opening quarter mile. The 2 trailers, Surprise Boss and Agalos the Great. Down towards the inside, it's Yo Banana Boy who's in front, and Yo Banana Boy is ahead in front of Acoustic Ave. Then ranging up 3 wide. What you talking about is in hand, just in cruise control, moving up, looming on these pace setters. Lock and Key is after these rivals 2 from 4th. Also trying to run on is Caldo Candy, Quiet Wisdom. As they are at the top of the stretch, Yo Banana Boy is still sprinting on. What you talking about is ready to pounce. Lock and Key, grandstand side has got momentum too. What you talking about is taking the lead. Lock and Key with every chance to run on by inside the final 16. What you talking about? Looking for the line.
Now you get up.
Yep.
Yeah, that
time
is
done that a bunch of times now.
Great.
With that speed like that.
1.9.5, 3 seconds.
Second E pick, but the win percentage didn't like it. Moving from turf, dropping in GSR.
Yeah, no, it for sure was one of the plays under, but yeah. That wasn't a big surprise with that speed like that. Got a perfect trip.
Yep.
Right, Oldy, over to Gulfstream. I think our first Tapeta race of the day.
Yes, there's actually a really good Tapeta race later in the card.
The handicap?
Yeah, Fly the W's there. There's a bunch of horses that we've seen many times there on the Tapeta. So, and you'll see some prices here too. I mean, your favorite right now is the 2 Go Big Green, but you're on Worldly Beauty, who's the E long shot, 20% on the win percentage line, and 9-2 on the E morning line, is sitting at 15-1 right now, Justin.
Yeah, no, this is an amazing race. It's very wide open. I'd watched the race sim. I cut the 7, 8, 9. We have a couple minutes, it looks like. So it's find who you like, because there's 2 minutes to post. You can make a case for a bunch here, and in our notes, in my opinion, you can make a case for the 2, 4, 5, 6, 1, 11, 12. That's, it's wide open. The 5 is amazing value at 15-1. Oscar Gonzalez, second off the layoff, and Miguel Vasquez rides. And, Gonzalez had this horse. And if you go back, Oldy, to its efforts just last year, right, this horse is definitely going to get better off the layoff. So the 5 100% fits in this race. I think there's not a lot of pace, though. So that's why I think the 5 is really dangerous, Oldy, because this horse, I don't think has to have the lead, but it's going to, I think, sit just a beautiful trip. But I think isn't it the 1, 2, 6 all like show up on the race sim? I do think the 2 is for sure a big player. The 6 wins the race sim, and has been running at this level and just missing in the last 2. So if you look at like the SORs in some of those races, the 6 is for sure a huge player. Reyes rides for Barbosa. So I the picks have it, I would say. I like the 5 and 6 best. I'd be trying to beat the 2. I think the 4 fits with Joe Bravo, but I'm not sure that horse can get up, but it probably can hit in the trifecta. And I'd say the same thing about a horse like the 12, because its best race is kind of 8.5. I don't think can win probably, but and then the 11's a player. But Oldy, you feel free.
So I think, I think we maybe were overlooking the fact that maybe this race is just the 11.
No way. You're getting a good price. Good for you. It's won at this level. It's off the claim. It's showing the ability to sit the trip. So, but I could not single. But if you can, that's amazing.
I'm just taking another look to just see. The 5 beat 54s. The 3 beat 54s. I don't think I could single here. I'm not really sold on the 2 or the 6, but if I'm going to spread there, I might as well use them. I'm going to go narrow in a leg I spread in the turf, pick 3, and go narrow in race 8, and then spread in the other wide open. So that's a pretty good quality synthetic race, and then spread in the last. But I'm going to make one change here. And that's going to be my pick 5, which I probably will not. Well, I'll get him. But I think the 11 has a really good shot here. It's just the presence of the 5 and the not the 5, the 3 and the 5 are the ones that scare me most with the 11.
Yeah, I like the 5, 6. I do the 11. Oldy, we didn't talk a lot about, but has a ton of wins. 8 wins in 27 tries. Van Dyke, second off the claim. This horse has been claimed a lot. Hasn't won the last few, but has run big races. But it's also, this horse is now going over to the Tapeta and had predominantly been on the turf. So we'll have to see.
Gulfstream wants to make sure they were on top of Laurel.
I like the 8 horse at a price over at Laurel.
Yeah.
What's the 6-1? It's taking some money.
I was hoping to get that one in. Well, maybe we will. All right, we're getting over to the Topeka course. Let me get that up here. There we go.
The horses are approaching the starting gate. 1 minute.
Looks like they fixed their audio
Yeah.
at Gulfstream. It was always very quiet.
Laurel, you like the 8?
The horses are at the gate.
Yeah, Oldy.
It's
All
now
right.
post time. Lining up and moving in for race number 7. The late pick 5 starts here. Pulls over 150,000. Full field on the Topeka track. Busy Moline is favored. In the colors of Powder Pop Racing for trainer Jenny Young. Second choice at the moment is number 1. Don't Mess with Tess. Go Big Green, joined in by Don't Mess with Tess. They're working with Wicklow Gal. Now She's a Joy, Dubstep. Current Situation, the next one. Then Don't Get Pickled.
Yeah. Justin, the race sim at Laurel is
Bramble
won by
Bay.
the 2, according to my notes. The long shot.
Barn change for her today, now in the Jorge Delgado shed row.
So I'll go there.
Yeah. I think the 2 is a big
3
play.
more.
3 is the
Waiting
big
for Smart
favorite.
Spending.
We're talking about Laurel.
Worldly
I think.
Beauty and
Yeah.
Sandpiper Memories.
But no, I think the 8 can run big race.
Sandpiper
from that
Memories,
post.
big long shot from a far outside draw.
But I think the
Complete
2 is a
line.
player, Oldy, for
Already
sure.
had a couple of big long shots today. We'll see if there's more in
Maybe
store.
it might be this.
The betting
7's
favorites
good
are
value,
1, 2,
too.
11 here. Last call for a pick 5. They're at the post. And they're off. Sandpiper Memories away quickly from the outside draw, going after Wicklow Gal, who's the early leader. Worldly Beauty is next. Racing between horses is She's a Joy, and up in the middle goes Current Situation. At the rail, it's Go Big Green. Out 3 wide, Busy Moline. Held up between them is Don't Get Pickled. She's only 5 lengths off the lead. Then it's Don't Mess with Tess in front of Bramble Bay. Second last is Smart Spending, and there's one lagging way back, and that's Dubstep. Around the first turn they go. Current Situation doing battle with Sandpiper Memories. 2 long shots, heads apart through a 24-2 opening quarter. Zayas has Wicklow Gal settled pretty well. She's third now. Outside fourth in Worldly Beauty. Under a loose rein, racing into fifth is Go Big Green. In between horses goes Don't Get Pickled. Out wide on the course, She's a Joy. Green colors, black cap. It's Don't Mess with Tess with an inside lane. 2 back to the outside and Busy Moline. She's racing together with Bramble Bay. Second last is Smart Spending and Dubstep Trails. They went the half in 48-4. Things getting crowded as they swing to the far turn. It's Current Situation who has the lead. To attack mode is Wicklow Gal second. From between horses, Don't Get Pickled begins to launch a bid outside Worldly Beauty. From the back, it's Smart Spending circling horses with an unimpeded path 5 wide. She's the one in the white cap 6 deep on the course as they race for home. It's Wicklow Gal who comes away with the lead. Far outside, Smart Spending looking for room from between. Don't Get Pickled. Off the turn and the stretch drive. Smart Spending charging hard to challenge now, and she takes the lead. Back to second is Wicklow Gal at the rail. Don't Get Pickled down the center and Bramble Bay. 16th to run.
Yeah,
And big sweeping move en route to a 6-1 win. It's Smart Spending.
Good start.
In front. She won by 4. Don't Get Pickled second. Go Big Green third. Fourth was Bramble Bay. Ian 143-1.
All right, we're going to be able to get this Laurel race soon, Justin. You like the 8 here?
Cloud.
Yes. Yeah, I played a
As we
win
move
place
to
on the
6-5.
8. I think Oldy, you are right. The 2, I did throw an
Ronan
exact
Goddess.
box with the 2-8 as well. But I didn't necessarily love the 3 here. The 7, I knew it'd take a lot of money. But I thought the 8 getting back to an outside post, this is a stakes race, if I remember correctly.
Home game.
Correct.
Discreet ops. Good night and God bless. And they're off of the safely cap. Home game, discreet ops, a good break on the outside, and Dazzling Moo, the favorite, is right there. Down the back stretch, and it's home game now. Setting the tempo as Dazzling Move on the inside comes up and sent forward to prompt the issue. Head for the lead.
Did a good
And
trip.
discreet ops is in third. A Kiss by an
Yeah.
Angel next in fourth, a gap of 3.
That
Sheila's
three
War
is
Cloud,
loaded,
Roman
though, man.
Goddess, and Good Night, and
You have
God
to go
Bless is
9
last of them
wide.
all. About the 3 or 4 path, and about a dozen
the
off
jockey's
that lead.
just
Here's
holding
Dazzling
the
Move, who
horse.
takes off.
Yeah.
Dazzling Move suddenly burst away with speed by some 3. Kiss by an Angel, discreet ops. Home game back in fourth position as they round the far turn. Continues to drop back as pass by. Sheila's
Great.
War Cloud is getting underway while Saving Ground and Ronan Goddess and Good Night and God Bless. 3 furlongs left to go. Dazzling Moves putting on a good pace out there. Discreet ops out after that one on the outside, making headway now. And here comes Ronan Goddess, 3 deep bid, top of the lane. And then Sheila's War Cloud is next in the 2 pass. So will the fighting chance. Sheila's War Cloud just in behind the lead now at the 360s,
Come
wide
on,
open.
beat this
Discreet
four.
ops just in front.
Four and
Ronan
into the
Goddess,
four.
Dazzling Move, drop back. Up the inside comes Sheila's War Cloud.
Game 4 going to be tough.
Ugh.
And we don't know what happens.
The 8 runs second.
Oh, man, big race, though. Oh, that's
Yeah.
a bummer.
482.
Mm.
Maybe.
Not bad. Win plays 7 to 1,
23.63.
Well, you'll get some decent place money there.
but yeah.
Bummer though. All right, so we got
That-
the Laurel.
That jockey on the 3 probably should have just let the horse go.
Yeah.
Probably. That would have been my
Last-
preference on that one.
Ugh.
Churchill race 6. We got a 2-year-old stakes race coming up here, Oldy.
We do. And the big favorite, tough catch for Dallas and his Stewart. I have a note on the horse from last time out. Cost 3 lengths on tip out from rail. And the horse is where? On the rail again. So just keep that in mind.
Wait, your note says what?
That the horse who broke on the rail was out of the one post cost 3 lengths on the tip out from the rail, having to tip out from the rail.
In a 5-horse field?
Yep.
Wow.
And I
sound
remember
like a
this
rough.
race.
It sounds like a rough trip. I thought this horse would be tough to beat, but I did look at this race, but yeah.
I think the DeSormo horse isn't bad here. The 5, the Romans horse, the 7, who ran in the Saratoga Special, I think needs the lead, but if it gets it, could be dangerous. But the question for me in this race is who's going to rate, because all of them are similar pace numbers. Even the 4 maybe can rate a little bit, hopefully. Wisconsin gal, but we've seen a couple races like this that have just absolutely melted. And the 5 Thrilla, who is 14 to 1 in your second pick, is the lowest pace number here, which is 60, which is not so low. And in the race sim, the 1 wins pretty easily, but I'm just not sure that this horse doesn't have trip problems or need the lead again.
Well,
and the 1
I mean,
post
it
in
might.
general.
I mean, it's not a great group so far. I mean, when you look at, because I cut almost every horse out of this race. I mean, the only way, the 3 could go if the 3 just go to the lead, but the horse is coming, and I just don't know if it's going to happen. But I don't know. I just thought it was not a great 2-year-old group, Oldy. I cut the 2, 4, 6, and 8. I didn't think they had a shot. Sounds like Michigan maybe won. They did. Wow, 13 to 10. That Georgia game was insane last night. I just don't. Ollie, I'm not sure anybody can beat the 1. I don't know. I don't see it.
I just don't know. I mean, I don't know how good this one is. It did lose the hopeful by, 20 lengths.
Yeah,
Too.
no,
At 7 furlongs. So, and the one post is not at Churchill is not usually a good place to be. All right, they're going in the gate. Can we get the sound, guys?
Chris, you're on mute.
Waiting for Keep It Easy, Vehemently, and
The gate's
Wisconsin
crooked,
Gun.
too.
I was waiting for Vehemently. Quick look. There, in the gate.
Wow, I can't believe Michigan beat Ohio State. That's awesome.
Vehemently is unsettled. Dandy breaks right in stride, quickly in front. Coming in hot, comes on to grab second. Tough catch away, okay. Down inside third. Oh, was it a bit tight there? Tough catch, had to steady, and was shuffled back a couple of lengths back into fifth. El Dandy down the back stretch run. Here's Glean. Glean comes on through in between to put some pressure on. Coming in hot, 3 wide on the outside. Keep It Easy, farther out. Racing fourth, Tough Catch down inside. Fifth, Vehemently's racing in sixth. Thrilla is seventh. Wisconsin Gal is wide on the far turn in eighth. Round the far turn, El Dandy, after that quick start, leads the way. Rattles off a quarter in 22 seconds flat. Coming in hot, coming with more pressure now. Coming in hot's looking for the lead. These two are head and head. Keep It Easy's not far behind third. Vehemently's in fourth. Tough Catch bottled up in behind horses fifth. Tough Catch needs to find a way out. Looked outside. They're off the turn. Keep It Easy comes
Definitely going to win, but tough trip again, Oldy on the one.
Yeah, I mean, almost same exact thing, except for it wasn't just the tip out that cost the horse this time.
Won't do it. Keep It
Yeah,
Easy.
I mean the horse kind of like broke slow. Like that was not a good trip. Yeah, they went fast up front too, 22 in a row.
No, not a good trip at all.
7 went off at 2-1,
5-2.
5-2. All right, guess you'll take that. And then
We've got 3 minutes to Tampa Bay Downs.
4 getting bat here.
And then we'll get out to Gulfstream.
So right now you're.
Aqueduct after this grade 3 Conley Stakes.
How did I want to organize this? There we go. 9's your favorite. 4 is getting bat. The 5 also getting bat. None of these horses have good turf GSRs though, Justin. The top GSR here is 58. That's
Yeah.
rough.
Then I would I didn't. You can keep going. I just looking for the first time. I mean, a horse like the 5 on the front end that would tell me with the pace though that it could still be dangerous. But
yeah, the 5 and the 9 were the two that the two I liked here. I mean, the 5
actually
really
you
not
have
getting,
the firsters too, man, in the 3 and the 7.
Maya is 0 for 2. We can't take much off of that. Pompey's 0 for 25.
For 25. Oh man, rough. This is I skipped this race, Oldy. It's all you, man. This is a rough one. I mean, I mean, all lightly raced. Maybe the 5, I'm getting an okay price, and the 9, obviously the first pick, Aussie too, but.
Yeah, and I went 5, 9, 10 here originally, and I can't figure out why I took the 10. Not for the life of me can I figure out why I would have put the 10 on a ticket, other than it being top GSR by 1 point.
I mean, that horse going to show a lot of speed, but that's a tough post because the 5 probably going to show speed.
Yeah. Well, and
No, maybe it was just if one of them didn't make it to the race.
I mean, the 6 didn't run at all at 5.5 and is stretching out, but O'Connell's pretty good with second-time starters. And on the, the GSR drops on the stretch out, but this horse is not poorly bred for turf. It was a 61 at 5.5.
Are you guys saying there's a fight on the field? That's crazy. This is all you, Oldy. I'll be right back for where we're going to Aqueduct next. I'll let you. I'm gonna go check on my kids real quick.
All right, let's watch the race then while we have a minute here. Hopefully, somebody's got to come back and put the sound on though for everybody. Ray Sim thinks that the 5 will actually get a pretty easy lead, and here comes the 9 and the 6. And the 3's closing as well. So I think this is a wide open race that anything could happen here, guys. You need a horse in the last at Aqueduct, Chris. Let's take a quick look. See if we can get that up there. Still circling there. It's probably, let's see, last at Aqueduct. It looks like the 4 to me. After scratches, there were a couple other horses I liked before scratches there, namely the 3. It looks like the 4 there. And maybe if you don't like the 4, the 10 might be the other one that I have some interest in. So, all right, we're getting close to the gate here. I won't be able to put the sound on because of the headset. But at Tampa, I'll try to call it for you guys, which nobody should ever want me to call a race, but it is what it is. Still heading to the gate. This is either a race that's going to go chalk, or you're probably going to get like a 50-1 shot here. One or the other, I think, is the play. Tampa turf course looks great. The rail's out though. At how many feet? Come on. Tampa, yeah, we're ready for the sound. And the rail's out at, I'm having a mouse issue here.
Here. 6 at 18-1.
Rail's definitely out, Chris, but I'm not seeing a measurement on where it is.
33-1 long shot, gate 3. There's SJB Express moving up. Gap to gap.
Or is that just the shoot rail?
Ozzy gets gone in.
They're not in the shoot. That's the stretch.
Looks like we're waiting on Skyloft, and Devil of Ramadi will be all set for a start. Today's late pick 3 time on a Sunday Saturday.
It's an 8.5 that uses the shoot.
Sometimes they use it, sometimes they don't. EquinEdge was indicating they were using it, but sometimes they'll switch it at the last possible minute.
For Diaz Jr. for Jennifer Paragella.
Rail's not out.
Just forward there in the gate.
Looks like it is. Or the outside rail is actually in.
From a tight spot there.
That is the outside rail there, dude.
Back of affairs early on.
Any
Devil
closer,
from the
they'd be
outside
in,
is out
they'd be in the
quickest,
lake.
right out to the early advantage. Skyloft down at the inside. Rojo Skyloft.
Equipage is saying.
There's my 10 that I had no idea why I used it.
Rojo Skyloft, that was outside third. Ozzy falls into a good spot. Fourth, works over to about the 2-path. Just
No,
about
Wiz is saying it's not 22 feet. Equibase is not saying.
4. Back to SJB Express. Thingamabob is down. That one's outside. Another 2 back to gap, and no telling. Then a space of 7 or 8 back to Junior Sergio and King Plutus. Those two are both about 14 or 15 off the leader up front. Couple of Vermont through an opening quarter, 22.99 seconds. The back stretch in front by about 2.
You know what Tampa needs? They need more trees blocking the camera view.
Ozzy continues to travel well, 4th and about 4 off the top. Now Thingamabob getting a little bit closer at 5th. Inside of that one comes SJB Express, the yellow color 6th. Their gap to gap to gap. After that comes no telling. It's still a long last to both King Plutus and Junior Sergio. 47-1 for the opening half mile. Those fractions set by Devil of Vermont. Skyloft now trying to dig into that lead, draws within a half length, and here's Skyloft right up alongside Devil of Vermont. Ozzy looms just in behind, is length and 3/4 behind the top pair. Then 2.5 more lengths back to SJB Express. Skyloft takes over at the top of the stretch, but a fresh challenge from Ozzy on the outside. And Ozzy flying high again on the outside up to grab the lead. Skyloft in between horses back to second, down at the inside. Devil Romani, SJB Express trying to run on.
9 is gone.
Inside gap to gap trying to make a run, but a final 16th to go, and it's all Ozzy. There's no shot in the dark today. Ozzy at 9-5 wins it by 3.5 in the end.
You know he was saving that one up.
Really close, gap to gap.
Yeah, he could have used a better Aussie reference there. Quickly over to Aqueduct. They're loading.
Aqueduct.
Princess breaks sharply and Dorothy's Dreams down towards the inside.
Another Cox horse. Heavy favorite.
Hold the rail position. Now puts ahead in front. Dorothy's Dreams is going to stop from second. Alpine Princess is 10 wide. It's going to be 3 wide in that early group. At the rail comes Life Talk. Is going to tuck right in behind these leaders. It's going to save ground. Is in that 4th position. And the trailer is Scalable. They're tightly packed here as they get set to work to the backstretch. The leader is Pretty Anna, who's trying to slow things down. Jose Lescano. Dorothy's Dreams wants none of it. Wants to go as Keen up on the outside. These two head-to-head 24.41 for that opening quarter mile. So they did slow things down a little bit. They work to the backstretch and Alpine Princess. Manny Franco just watch the action here from third. Moving along here from the 3rd position, stalking those 2 pace setters. The rail is Life Talk, saving every inch of ground. It's in the orange cap. It's right in behind that leading duo. Kendra Carmouche and Life Talk are in that 4th spot with Scalable. Starts moving closer from the back as they did slow things down. 49.32 for a half mile time. They've got less than 4 furlongs to go. And it's 3 across the racetrack with Pretty Anna back in front. Dorothy's Dreams is engaged right towards the outside. The 3 wide move will come from Alpine Princess. Is ready to pounce and she's on the move. And here comes Alpine Princess just looming up on the outside of Pretty Anna, who's dispatched Dorothy's Dreams back to 3rd. Scalable's trying a big move, and Life Talk is towards the back of the field as they reach the top of the stretch. Pretty Anna is still there, is ready to slug it out here with Alpine Princess to her outside. It's Alpine Princess with every shot to run right by Pretty Anna, but Pretty Anna's very game towards the inside of final furlong. These two are well clear of the rest. It's Alpine Princess, Pretty Anna, nose to nose here, up and down. Pretty Anna now puts a head
Inside
back in
horse.
Pretty Anna wins the cup lead. Game victory for Pretty Anna over Alpine Princess and Scalable. Life Talk and Dorothy's Dreams in 1 minute 49.
3 seconds.
Well, at least Manny stayed on and didn't jump off.
Yeah.
That's always positive. All right, Oldy, over to Gulfstream.
Over to Gulfstream.
Race 5. Race number 8. 5 minutes to go.
Race number 8. We are in the 2nd leg of the Turf Pick 3 as well. Here I am spread in the Turf Pick 3 and narrow in the Pick 5 here. But, all right, so I think the 7 and the 5 are, I think the 7's a legitimate favorite. And, you know, the 5 has beaten 58s before. Both these horses don't always get home, though. you are getting 15-1 on the 17%. One here who has 2 wins and 2 seconds at the distance in 8 tries, but they came a while ago and at Delaware Park. So I'm going to go with, based on what I think's the speed setup here, I'm going to go with the 5 here, Burn Away, the second choice, who is currently 4-1.
All right.
And I think the 9 and the 4 have a little bit of a long shot look. Maybe horses you could use underneath. The 9 does seem, even though the GSR is better on the turf, like it's run better on the synthetic. But if it runs to some of those synthetic efforts here, it could be a player here on the turf. And the 4 is a former Chad Brown horse. Does pick up the European jockey David Egan here, who had a pretty good year last year, but this horse's 1 win came against a 36 SOR, so rightly 14-1 probably should be greater than that. And we still got 4 minutes here. We could look at a pick 4 if you wanted, but I think he showed him who was the Iron Man. That's more Black Sabbath, though.
Yeah, totally.
He could have been on the crazy train, though.
Yeah, could have been on Crazy Train. I like that reference. Could have thrown in Bark at the Moon.
Maybe. Now I have Crazy Train stuck in my head, as well as the Lita Ford Ozzy Osbourne duet of Close Your Eyes, I believe it.
Yeah, we could throw in some No More Tears. Justin, you got any Ozzy songs?
No, I did not. I was not an Aussie music fan. I mean, Ozzy's fine, but I listened to hip hop and rap in my youth, not metal, crazy rock, stuff like that. But the kudos to Ozzy. I mean, very talented guy, but
the track announcer, the horse that won at Tampa, was named Ozzy, and he dropped.
Yeah, there's the 9. Yeah,
the Ozzy reference, and we were thinking there were better Ozzy references.
Yeah.
So, Justin, I'm going to go with the 5 as my top pick here in Gulfstream Race 8. Any thought? I know you had some thoughts and liked some stuff here as well. And thought
I thought the 7 was a single in the turf pick 3. Currently, it is the favorite. I mean, this it's 3 and up, so it's a wide variety of a group, but you have some horses that were talented, at times and have some wins, but I think that there's enough speed. Zayas does ride the 2, which is a little bit scary, to be honest, but I'm not sure what's going to go on there on the front end. But I didn't necessarily really love this race. That's why I didn't play the turf pick 3. But if I would have singled here. I think you can make a case though for the 3, the 5, the 9, the 1. But underneath for me, I thought the 7 was probably the most likely to win here. So we'll see. I mean, I think Jaramillo, will sit back. Oldy. I don't think that horse will get caught up in the pace, but we'll have to see.
All right, now I see we're doing Black Sabbath references, so I'll drop Fairies Who Wear Boots as a deep cut Black Sabbath reference.
Feels like you're a little paranoid.
Well played. I do think the 9 might have a chance here. I think I'm not necessarily convinced that the last turf effort you don't just throw out because it was against much better.
Yeah.
And the GSR says it should be fine here on the turf. And the other turf effort, it just missed at this level. Otherwise, it would have, would not be sitting at 13-1.
After this race, Oldy, we will get over back to Louisville.
All right. Now it looks like they're getting close to the gate here.
Yep. Slowly but surely.
Don't call me Shirley.
That's positive ROIs.
Can we throw the video up, Chris?
Yeah, I can throw up.
The horses are at the gate. It's now post time. Lining up and moving in for race number 8. The race favorite is 7 Sleepwalker. In the DJ stable colors, they've already visited the Gulfstream Winner's Circle today. Entrepreneurship, a impressive debut winner early on the program. In the line.
Actually, Scott, I think they've done a pretty nice
19th
job
Amendment.
on getting
Fantasy
the turf
Performer
course,
readies.
at least right now, back up to where it
One
was
more.
maybe
Cold
5
hard
years
stare
ago.
to the
I'll let
outside.
you know. They'll have an on-site report tomorrow.
Starting leg of a late pick 4
You're going to
offering
give me your own
there.
impression of whether the turf's, of how firm the turf is.
And they're off.
Yeah.
Good start from between for Roscoe Village, who's headed off for the early advantage. Moving at the inside, Miss Delicious won't be far away. Here's speed from 19th Amendment on the go. 19th Amendment to the top. Sleepwalker is now second with Roscoe Village up and around horses Mia More. She's going to be stuck deep to the first turn run. Burnaway is next, followed between horses by Sri Lanka. She secured the 2-path and is running on to heels a touch as they chase the speed of 19th Amendment. 19th Amendment and Relu Gutierrez on top by a length and a quarter. Mia More is second, Sleepwalker third. Sri Lanka is racing between horses. Burnaway is keen on the outside. Roscoe Village is glued to the rail, a length and a half in front of Miss Delicious. Then Fantasy Performer. Held up at the back is Cold Hard Stare. The opening quarter complete in 23-1, less than 5 furlongs to go. Up front, 19th Amendment. In front by half a length. Mia More on the outside is second. Moving at the inside, that's Roscoe Village. Out in the center is the race favorite Sleepwalker. Then back to Sri Lanka. Burnaway giving up a ton of ground on the far outside as Miss Delicious rides the rail. Second last is Fantasy Performer, and still at the back is Cold Hard Stare. That's the 9 of them as the pace quickens through a 47 3/2 mile. With the advantage, 19th Amendment by a head. Mia More on the outside second. Sleepwalker now third. Roscoe Village hunts racing room. Sri Lanka needs some place to go. Miss Delicious is next, and they're at the top of the stretch. 19th Amendment still rolling for Relu. An 1/8 of a mile out and 2 on top. Roscoe Village produced a go-getter down the center, and Sleepwalker from between horses Mia More. There's a 16th to go. 19th Amendment not stopping. 19th Amendment and Relu Gutierrez go gate to wire. Roscoe Village was second. Third is Sleepwalker over a charging Fantasy Performer in 140-4.
Gate to wire, Oldy.
Gate to wire for Michael and his trim data.
All right. Churchill.
Churchill.
Good one, Sean. Boom.
So my turf pick 3 moves on with the single in the first leg. So that was actually a nice price there.
Actually, Oldy, I'm going to interrupt you. Let's go to Laurel. They have a stakes race coming up, and the 100K City of Laurel Stakes. And we've got a couple minutes probably before they get to the gate.
All right, the 100K City of Laurel Stakes. Let's see if I can get my mouse to work here. Here we go. This is race 8. So interestingly, I like the 6 and the 9, but check out the race sim here. Because the race sim likes something different,
Oh, yeah?
but not a huge price. And again, this is another race where you may want to look for somebody coming from behind too, because there's a lot of pace here. So the race sim has the 8 winning. Celtic Contender did win against 64s in a stakes race at Laurel about a little over a month ago. The 6, raced in a grade 3, but best winner was against 62s. The 9's been around for a long time, Speediness. Well, not a long time, but raced a lot and won a lot, but needs to lead. But, the long shot might not be a bad play here if you think this pace is going to be hot. Maybe a 6-3-8 exacta. I don't know if that's going to pay. It looks like it would, because I prefer and note the fact that Sheldon Russell is up on the 3, and the horse that's getting bet of Brittany Russell's has Toledo aboard. I know you want to scream "Holy Toledo," but I believe she uses and is more successful with her husband in the irons.
Okay.
And not more successful, and uses them both. So maybe I'm wrong there, but I think I prefer the lightly raced 3 to the former Baffert 5 there.
Fair enough.
I definitely prefer 13-1 to 5-1 there. And if we're playing fair enough, let's go 3-6-8 here.
3, 6, and the 8. Let me get the race up as we were getting ready to go.
Winterfell, Lucky Jeremy, Love Me Tender, had to have him, and then Play Like a Raven.
Oh, no, I'm not going to sing.
Don't
I started
do it.
to. I started to, and I stopped myself.
Wait, if I had to have him. Speediness 5-2. Love Me Tender 5-2. Speediness in. His Play Like a Raven. Patinga's Twin. Moving in now. Patinga's Twin. Circle P. They're in line. And they're off of the city of Laurel. Sharp break for Speediness and Celtic Contender. Patinga's Twin is right there. Had to have him. Moving up on the inside. Love Me Tender racing 5th while 3 deep down the backstretch run. Lucky Jeremy. Circle P settles to the back of the pack. And Winterfell and Play Like a Raven are the 2 in the back. Winterfell and Play Like a Raven some 10 to 11 lengths off the pace up ahead. Speediness has company from inside Celtic Contender. Celtic Contender has the rail. Speediness on the outside. And nose to nose at a solid pace. Patinga's Twin is right there in 3rd position as they round the far turn, and so too Love Me Tender, who's out 3 deep and ridden along from 4th. Had to have him. Drops back a little bit around the far turn. Circle P, Play Like a Raven. Winterfell has 1 beaten. Winterfell is Lucky Jeremy is last. Now with 5/16 of a mile left to go, head to head on the lead. On the inside is Celtic Contender. The outside is Speediness. They're still going at it as they swing for home in the city of Laurel. Speediness and Celtic Contender. Patinga's Twin. Love Me Tender, center of the track. On the far outside, here comes Winterfell. Winterfell on the extreme outside, trying to pick them up very late in time. Right. Winterfell keeps on coming, and here comes the King of the North calling for the lead. Winterfell and Jimmy Antolino in the city of Laurel. Celtic Contender, Speediness, and then Play Like a Raven.
And
off
they're
the
off.
show.
Head to the good good start down inside. Lil Muggs comes on from the far outside. McKellen is between them, and Disco Time is up close too. So up the chute they go. Disco Time comes on through. And he takes a narrow lead as they head up the chute. Edge is down inside trying to keep pace with Disco Time and is doing so. Heavenville comes on from the far outside now, and McKellen is there too. So an early battle up top. Heavenville up for a short lead. Disco Time second down toward the inside. McKellen backs off them, settles into third. Hedge is down inside fourth. Lil Muggs racing in fifth. True Violence back into sixth. Coming off the rail, Gift Certificate in seventh. Lucky Mischief is eighth, but only 6 or 7 lengths off the lead. CK Wonders, the trailer to the far turn. The opening quarter goes in 23 seconds flat. Disco Time is back in front. Disco Time back in front for the far turn run. Heavenville keeping pace with Disco Time. McKellen is coming on once again, 3 wide. Edge is set to strike in behind fourth. 2.5 lengths off the lead, and Lil Monks is there too. Lil Monks is only 2 lengths behind as they come to the top of the stretch. Disco Time turns for home in front. Heavenville was in tight and steadied out of there. Awkward is McKellen. McKellen is green. Furlong to go. In the meantime, Disco Time has kicked away by 2. McKellen continues to wander about the track as they come down to the finish. Disco Time now by 3, and he will do it. Disco Time, the winner.
Pretty impressive at that pace. Granted, it's a 1-turn mile, but still, 45 and almost 3 half.
All right, we got the nightcap at Aqueduct next, Oldy.
All right, the nightcap, which I don't wear one, just so everybody knows. That was a Naked Gun line.
Yeah. JJ, who is the guy that?
Not JJ Abrams, Jim Abrams.
Jim Abrams brought us Airplane, brought us Naked Gun, brought us Police Squad, all kinds of good stuff. Passed away this week.
Police Squad, very underrated, by the way.
Oh, extremely underrated. If you're not following Frank Drebin on X, you should definitely give it a look.
For sure.
All right,
definitely a must follow.
I got somebody at the door. I'll be right back.
All right. So I mentioned to Chris Couples, because he was looking for a double out of the last race, that I like the 4 Striking Sparks here. There's really just not a lot in this race, it looks like. I mean, you have the Linda horse that's getting bet a lot more than Striking Sparks, but didn't beat a group of 50s last time out, still lightly raised. You have Rain as handle, but he's got Marat up. I mean, the Weaver horse, Modica, just based on the pace, might be interesting, but I think it's coming from too far back. And as much as I'd like to see the Monopoly Man, that looks like a money burner as well. Let's see what my note on it says. Winner late can rate. But, I might be looking at a 410 exacta here and hope that the 10 runs back to that form. Is what I'm thinking. I believe we also have Tampa, the second to last at Tampa, coming up here in between. The pick 4 had the 2 and the 6 here. But I just think that this 11, who is currently your favorite, is going to be coming from too deep. I mean, the win came on turf. Since moving to the Weaver barn, this horse is just continually missed, but mostly on turf. I think it's got to be closer to the pace here. I don't know if they're enough pace, and it looks like it's getting a downgrade in jockey as well. Here's it's been had Manny and Carmouche and Lascano, and now is getting Jose Gomez. Three minutes to post now. And they are coming out on the track.
Where'd you land here, Oldy?
So the 4 and the 10 for the exacta, the 4 to win. Top EE pick, top win percentage. Put everything back in there. You know, I just look at this as, I mean, I guess, you know, that the 1 could be a factor as well as I put that horse back in here. It definitely needs the lead. I just, the current favorite, the 11, I just don't see how that horse gets up. Here, I think it's coming from too deep.
Where were you at, Justin, with this one here, the last at Aqueduct?
Oh, this race wide open, man. It's a great betting race, though. I see why Chris Couples, if he's still, oh, he is. Yeah, I mean, it's a great race. I mainly relied on the race sim. Did you already watch it, Oldy?
I believe we did earlier, but let me put it up.
Yeah, I mean, you have a handful. I always try to cut horses out of these versus watch it. So I cut a few horses just because I don't think the 6. I think that
I cut the 1 and the 6 off of there when I originally ran this.
But I would not. I mean, Ollie, you talked about the 11. I thought, Chris, a horse like the 2 or the 9 were the play for me here if I was playing and I had to pick somebody. This is just a wide open race, though. I think the 4 even has a big shot, this top Scotty pick. But I ultimately was just kind of between the 2 or the 9. The both are 12 to 1 and 16 to 1. So if I was going to play something, I'd just play a couple bucks around there. But it's a very tough race.
For sure.
Who did you have on top?
So I had the 4 on top.
I could see it. It's 10 taking a lot of money, not surprising. I see you looking the 2, man. The second Scotty pick, I mean, just a dream price. I mean, I think that the speed backs up here was my perspective. So I thought that you might see somebody try to sit the trip. You know, the 2, the 9, 4, I think so, but
I said 4, 9, 10 or 4, 10 exacta, but I could play a 4, 9, 10. I agree with you though that I think the 7 and the 1 back up the speed.
Yeah, it's a good one.
And I think the 8 could rush up as well. Just based off the past performances, you know, last time out, almost beat a group of 54s on the turf, but did it on the lead and doesn't look like it can rate. And Tampa and Aqueduct are trying to, Tampa's been post dragging for about 5-6 minutes. There was a late scratch.
Yeah. Looks like the Iron Bowl is kicked off.
Who do you like in the Iron Bowl?
I do miss Vern Lundquist doing Iron Bowls. That was always good stuff.
I took you more of a Keith Jackson guy with a
Keith
Whoa Nearly.
Retired for like 25 years. I mean, Vern is more contemporary. Keith Jackson was great, don't get me wrong, but Vern and the Iron
Horses
Bowls,
are at the gate. It's post time.
especially when he dropped the occasional F-bomb, that was always good TV too.
Looks like Aqueduct is going to hit the gate first between the two. No, they're both hitting at the same time.
I was able to meet Vern once in Augusta. Very good dude. Got his autograph.
Have you received a mailer from Jim Nantz advertising fitness?
Corey Prank goes in.
I have not.
It says, hello, fitness friend.
Monica to the outside.
Fitness friend.
My favorite Iron Bowl was the Kick Six.
Relatively recent.
Okay. All set.
Yeah, maybe eight years old now.
Yeah. Feels like less than that, though.
They're off. Breaking very well with Sorority Prank from in between horses, and Sorority Prank right out towards the front. The Monopoly Man is out wide. He's trying to join that.
Just like it when Nick Saban gets all worked out.
The rail is unlimited potential. Unlimited potential. Trying to challenge for that early lead as they come out of the chute. Sorority Prank still with a head in front. These two now hook up on the front end. Just off of them is Life and Light. Then further outside, that's Monica trying to make up some ground, is taken fourth. Striking Sparks is now in between horses in that fifth position. The Monopoly Man lost a few spots, is back to sixth. At the rail in seventh, I see you looking far outside there in eighth is Have You Heard, the two at the back. Brigade Commander and Liberté de Bayou. Pressured early pace. This is 22.54. Unlimited potentials towards the inside here. Sorority Prank and these two head and head into the far turn. 44 and 3. That post.
Oh, wow.
They're moving.
Life and Light is all in, not cutting in the margin. And here comes the run from Have You Heard. Have You
Right.
Heard? Passing rivals quickly is now taken
Ken
third.
got a great setup here. Who else is coming?
Also,
Nine.
now within four of the lead. Trying to run on the Monopoly Man. Also there, I see you looking. The front two have not come back to the field yet. As it's all on the outside. Sorority Prank, unlimited potential. Have You Heard with every shot to run these rivals down. Sorority Prank is now ahead in front, but unlimited potential.
Nobody gonna get there, man.
Potential is in the lead again. Inside the final furlong, it's
Oh,
unlimited
gate to
potential.
wire.
For here is extending the margin late. Unlimited potential has the 16th left to go.
And the streaming.
It went 1-6, and nobody actually passed those top two. Very close that the 4 and the 7 got there.
They all passed the one after the wire, but that doesn't count.
It does not.
All right, Oldy, we got a handicap coming up here at Gulfstream Park.
Yes,
Race
wide open synthetic handicap here. Your second choice American Speed, who's your top pace, is sitting at 12-1 right now. Your gold horse to watch, Dripping Gold, who's both your top pick and top win percentage, is sitting at 5-2. Many time winner Fly the W is your current favorite at 9-5, but lost the last two here in these handicaps and is carrying 122. And you should, in these handicaps, take a look at the weights as well. So Fly the W carrying 122, your favorite Dripping Gold carrying 123 here. While American Speed is carrying 118. So just keep that in your back pocket. If we have to start eliminating horses, I'd probably start with the 5, the long shot. probably the 8 Dripping Gold, the top pick. And let's see, the Walder horse. The 9 for Grand Motion is a big GSR drop. 7's taking a big step up in class. So that narrows me down to those 4. And I'm going to go with the 6, slight GSR drop, did win the Illinois Derby. The 6 Patriot Spirit here can rate a little bit, has some speed, and it's taking a significant class drop and getting 118 pounds here.
All right.
Justin, any thoughts?
Yeah, it's you know, I think you have a beatable favorite in Dripping Gold. I can see why this horse is a horse to watch and a gold, and I think we'll run an okay race, but it maybe doesn't go off as a favorite. It looks like Fly the W probably will. I thought Dripping Gold, though, was not a win contender. I know it does show up as top Scotty pick, but, you know, it's crazy. On the race sim, the 7 wins the race sim, and the 5 is right there. I struggled between the 5 and 6 is my top 2 picks. I know you just talked about the 6 Patriot Spirit. So one is 66, one is 70, has been able to win on the lead, off the lead. I think it's a perfect spot here. The win percent goes back up to 20%. The Perryville and Keeneland was way too tough. You know, sprinting 7. Yeah. But now, I mean, does come back to first time to PETA. So, I mean, I think that that's a little bit of a concern, you know, for the 6. I mean, is a GSR drop. I think the 5, though, you know, could come off the lead, really, Oldy. I mean, the EquinEdge long shot has won and has won well, but over at Presque Isle. And, you know, now comes in here, Reyes rides, you get a big morning line angle, you know, 5-1 versus 12 to or 15-1 morning line. So not taking much money, which is fine. I mean, is one of the top SORs. I mean, the 6 comes from the toughest race because the Perryville was so tough. And this horse has showed good ability, but all been on the dirt. I mean, it's the first time on a synthetic track. Same thing for the 8 horse, right? I mean, many of these you look, I mean, Fly to W's raced just a ton at Gulfstream, you know, hit the board in 36 of 43, which is just
insane.
Yeah. I mean, this horse we've covered for years and years and years at Gulfstream Park. You know, so I think, but definitely at the end of his career, I would say, you know, won 4 in a row, but, you know, now facing kind of a tough handicap group. But I would not a huge preference. I'd just play a 5, 6, 7 exacta box. I do like the 6 on top, maybe 6 over the 5, 7.
Well, what's interesting is the 6 is your second choice in the doubles going into the next race to that 1 rated by Merit, who's the heavy favorite there. Fly the W is your second choice and is your first choice, and the 8's your third choice. Everybody else is pretty spread out at much bigger prices. So it's 3-1 on the 1 on a 1-1. It's 5-1 now on the 1 6-1, and 5-1 on the 8-1. So if you can beat those 3 horses, you can put together a nice double into the next.
Did I hear a nice double?
You did. And what I was saying was, if you can beat the 8, 6, and 4 here, all the other double prices are really nice. Into
What do you
the
think
1.
the chances of beating the 8, 6, and 4 here are?
It's a pretty wide open race. I'm sorry, 8, 6, and 1, not 4.
8, 6, and 1.
I mean, it's a pretty wide open race. I don't see why you couldn't beat those horses. Will you? Probably not, but I mean, if you do, you're let's say the 4 who's 20 to 1 right now here is paying 50 to 1 in a double. The 5's paying 39 to 1.
Well, I mean, the 8, 6, and 1 make up what? 42 and 16, 58% of the win percentage pool as EquinEdge has it. The next one down is the 5, which is the long shot. And
That horse got a big shot, Chris.
5 to 1 on the
telling you.
EE morning line, and you're getting 15 to 1. So that would be the one to use there. I would think. Did win on the press tile plastic.
Yeah.
So, but taking a little bit of a step up in class, and when it did that at a longer distance, it did finish 3rd. But I hear what you're saying. You do, the 8 has got the badge, 7% ROI on that 8, dripping gold.
All the jockeys are getting off the horses. If you want to pull up the video here.
Sure.
So I'm not sure who's being scratched here. I'm looking to see who's missing. I do not see the 1.
Fly the W's MIA. Maybe they had to repair a shoe or something.
Maybe they'll tell us. Well, this will post drag us a little bit here.
I'll be right back.
No problem.
We got 6 minutes to Churchill. Maiden special weight for 2-year-olds.
Ladies and gentlemen, do take note. Number 1, Fly the W, is returned to the paddock for a shoeing repair. That's the reason for the delay. As you can see, the jockeys have dismounted their mounts. That's because 1, Fly the W, went back to the paddock for shoe repair.
Justin with the bingo card winner today. Why don't they have the guy just come out and fix the shoe out there?
It should be like a NASCAR pit stop. They should have like the power riveter. Exactly. But this maiden special weight, the 11, who's your E top pick and a gold horse to watch, is 14 to 1 right now.
Yeah.
And the 6 Power of Will for out of War of Will for Belmont, and but it's Churchill Mott, not West Coast or not East Coast Mott. That horse is at 5 to 2.
If anybody is going to be at Gulfstream Park tomorrow, hit me up. I will be out there. Would like to see you if you are going to be there.
And I do have a note on this. We could go to Laurel in the meantime.
You want to go to Laurel?
Yeah, it's a maiden claimer, but they're at 0 minutes to post. I think they'll go off first, and it's probably more interesting for everybody than watching the horses walk in a circle.
All right, Oldy. I'll watch the video, and you can talk about the race here. Laurel Park number 9.
Laurel Park race number 9. You gotta, this 1, who's currently sitting at 7 to 1, nearly won a maiden special weight at Laurel on the dirt, and it's only dirt effort.
Yeah. Also, the GSR jumps back, only getting back off the turf. The source wants dirt. So,
yep.
Yeah, I think has the ability, probably has speed. I mean, there is going to be some other speed is only a concern, but I got a shot.
for me, it would be either that horse or one of the firsters. Probably the 8, because the 3's been at this level. The 9's been at this level. The 8's dropping here, or not dropping, first time starter. I mean, maybe the 4, bad GSR, but good first time starter trainer, 24%.
What happened at Gulfstream?
They're reshoeing the one.
You were right. You win the bingo. You win the bingo card of the day.
And I won it right away, right? I was like, the bar reshoeing that horse.
Yeah, you had it. You had it nailed.
That's funny. They're going over to the Tapeta. Do you want to jump back to Gulfstream, Oldy?
Sure, let's jump back to Gulfstream since Laurel has not gone off. Chris will get it up here in a second.
Let me get the sound off on Laurel.
It's 9 going to go off as the favorite.
The 8?
Or 8, sorry. The 8.
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me for the 9 to go from 7-1 to 9-5.
The 5 might. I'll be curious if this 5 takes any late money. That's a big price.
Horses on final approach to the starting gate. Last call for Elite Pick 3.
Appreciate you all for joining today. Hope you all had a good, happy Thanksgiving.
The horses, they're at the gate. It's now post time. Lining up, moving in. Race 9, starting leg of Elite Pick 3 offering. This is the Sable Palm. 2-1 favorites fly the W after shoe repair and dripping gold under jockey Edgar Zayas. 1-8 dominate the betting. Patriot Spirit's taking a lot of play here. He's down to 7-2 here for trainer Mike Campbell and jockey Jesus Castanon.
Longtime Tampa jockey.
American Speed getting ready. Salvatore Prince will be next, then Anamnestic and Dripping Gold.
Wow, Pat Adams was 0.33 seconds off the 7 furlong record at Churchill.
I saw that. Big run.
Geared down.
Last horse up is Sir London. David Egan in the purple colors of AMO Racing USA. Ready for a start. And they're off in the Sable Palm Overnight Handicap. Toward the inside, American Speed gets the first call and goes looking for the lead. Out in the middle here, Speed from Patriot Spirit on the march. Wide on the course, Salvatore Prince. Backing off and dropping over is Anamnestic to land 4th. Outside 5th goes Sir London. Back from there, it's Lights of Broadway together with Possiblemente. The favorites are last and second last with Dripping Gold in front of Fly the W as they chase the speed of American Speed. Jose Morelos and American Speed to the backstretch.
They're
Lead
trying
3
to
parts of the
slow it
length.
down big
Patriot
time.
Spirit is a
Yeah.
keen second.
Yeah.
Racing on
Who's
the hip of the
racing
leader
up?
now. 2.5
up
back
here
to the
to
outside.
5.
That's into third, Possiblemente.
Boy, he had
Between
to.
Salvatore
He's
Prince
in a
and
bad
Amnestic is at the
spot.
rail.
They
And Sir
totally
London racing
slowed it
together with
down.
Dripping Gold and Lights of Broadway. Still out the back. The trailer remains Fly the W. They make their way to the final half mile of the contest, and American Speed is the leader. American Speed now by almost 2. Patriot Spirit is second, Possiblemente third at the rail, and 4th is Anamnestic. Moving up between horses goes Sir London. Far outside, it's Dripping Gold. He'll need to do better than that. Fly the W tries to stoke the boilers. He's last a long way, even by his standards, through a 46-4 opening half mile. The favorite's working awfully hard. American Speed, the leader. Possiblemente charging up on his outside to challenge. Dropping back to third, Patriot Spirit. Fly the W is underway, but he's a long way behind. Dripping Gold didn't fire, and they're into the lane. The leader, Possiblemente, from American Speed second. Fly the W charging hard on the outside. He's
Big
got a
win,
shot
man.
for second,
7-1.
but the chickens from the coop here. Possiblemente
Yeah,
and
got it.
Daniel Reyes for Darian
Come on
Rodriguez.
now.
They win the Sable Palm. Fly the W is
And you're awesome.
Somebody hammered the double down to 9-1 on that 5, though.
Yeah.
But I'll
and they
take
hammered-
9-1.
They hammered it down.
I played a bunch of pick threes and I have a couple horses in the next. So, but good, Chris, that was amazing. 7-1 on it, but that horse was like 13, 14 to 1.
It was 14 to 1 when they loaded.
Yeah. But hey, here's the thing. I still got better odds in the EE morning line, so I'm okay with that. That's somebody who just has a tool like EE. It's a computer. Like that's all that's happening. Like I don't. So it's, I don't know. I do understand the frustration of it, but yeah.
All right. Did Laurel go off? Yes, the 9-1.
Yeah, that horse looked like it'd be tough there.
Okay, Oldy, let me get you where you need to go. It's going to be the bind.
All right. So where are we going next? Woodbine.
The bind.
The bind.
Well, they're going to go right now.
All right. Well, then I won't have a chance to get this in, but I would single the 2 in the last.
It's Del Mar race 3.
Let's watch the bind.
We're covering Del Mar. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, Oldy, you can. Chris, it looks like Oldy, that Del Mar race is about to go, Chris, and it's a huge turf race. So, yeah. Oldy, if you want to talk Woodbine, you can.
Well, Woodbine already went off.
Woodbine's off. They're killing us.
Yeah.
Wesley
Ward on this 6 horse that's 11 to 1 at Del Mar.
And they're Del Mar's off. So, well, I don't know why these tracks have to do this. We got 13 minutes to Gulfstream their stakes race.
How about 6 minutes to the last at Tampa?
If you want to go to Tampa, then I can get you out to Tampa.
At least at half the time there. I thought this 8 might be a single here for Delgado when I was putting the multis together. It has multiple wins at Tampa, multiple wins at Monmouth, but its recent pattern might be to lose here. The 7 More Than Work is your second pick. Beat 56 is at Parks. There really wasn't a lot. Maybe the 9 Coming Late is your best option in terms of the late runners.
There's only one horse I can play in this race. I can only play the 8. It's the only.
Yeah.
It's Just in Time for Wine. It's such a great name.
Yeah, so Just in Time for Wine, 6 of 17 at the distance in the money, 10 of the 17 times. I think the question here is how much faster is this horse than the 2 and the 10?
I have no preference. That's just being,
Yeah.
sarcastic.
No, but I like the 8 too. That's
Sometimes the name plays are not a bad thing to do.
no.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Let's watch the race sim and see if the race sim gives us any insight.
I mean, has a lot of speed.
Yeah.
I see. Well, Sonny Leon moved over to Tampa.
He had to go somewhere.
So
Yeah,
race
I
sim
don't
has
think
a
he's
7
not
winner.
gonna fit in that jockey colony at Gulfstream with Dylan Davis coming down and others. Like he's not gonna get any mounts, man.
Nope.
Yeah.
Plus,
Right.
Rich Strike is running.
Isn't he back in training?
Training for maybe dressage or something.
No, I swear I heard that.
There was a mule that won the top dressage thing in London the other day. A mule.
A mule.
Mr. Fraser just won at 20-1 at Del Mar on the long shot. My gosh. Wow.
He will be serving a 5-day suspension coming up at the start of the Santa Anita meet.
He is? Why? What happened?
Oh, probably using the whip too many times.
That happens. I mean,
that's his favorite thing to do.
Antonio Fraser?
Yeah.
Oh.
Did you guys see that race? I think it was at Churchill yesterday. I'm on the wrong day though. When I'm trying to see or make sure I'm telling you the right race, where virtually every horse in this stretch interfered with the other one. It was this race, the Clark. So they actually finished up 7-3.
Well, Krupe tried to bite and hit the jockey on Hit Show.
Okay, but Hit Show interfered with the 7 in the stretch, or not Hit Show. Yeah, with the 5 in the stretch, the 3 in the stretch, and the 10 in the stretch.
Well, it was probably because the other horse was trying to bite the jockey's arm.
You got to watch the video. I'm telling you, the Hit Show made a hard right turn into horses at one point in the stretch there, and there was nobody around him. And not only that, Uno Mas Bourbon was on the outside leaning in on everybody. So Krupe and Hit Show were both disqualified to lower positions here, by the way. And even Rattle and Roll, who won the race, was all over the place in the stretch. There just was nobody around the horse. Only Red Route 1 and Grand Aspen weren't involved in the whole mess in the stretch. Still circling around like that. They think that they have a pick 5 or a jackpot 6 to get extra money in for here at Tampa. And then we can talk about Gulfstream and the rated by merit stakes.
Yeah.
But it feels like Michael Yates has a horse like this every year now. And then he runs it in the Derby Preps. And it lays an egg. So we'll see. Maybe this horse can get this distance.
Horses now making their way onto the turf course. They are approaching the starting gate. We're just 1 minute for post time, 1 minute.
I mean, there's not much distance on the dam side. Rated by merit currently at 1-9. Which, Chris, I think you'll even agree with me, is uneven money. Or you won't because you're not there. Okay.
Chris, are we talking Gulfstream?
We're going to finish up Tampa here. They're just taking their time. And then we can talk the Florida Sire in Reality Stakes.
Yeah, we got 13 minutes to post. Now they drag out because a lot of the other tracks have completed.
Yes. Makes no sense.
We can get out to Fairgrounds for the next race if you guys want. That's in 8 minutes. Wasn't on our schedule, but technically the gap.
So Scotty wants us to, while we're waiting it for Tampa, let's do this real fast. So Scotty wants us to look at the winners and the notes here at Del Mar. So she had issues. So these are Scotty's notes here. On the 11 who won race 1. And these are some of the stuff you're going to get with the new EE analysis here. 3-man child nothing. And then you also have the 3 who's the long shot. Here at 20 to 1.
It's the gate, it's post time. They're lining up for today's ninth.
So you get
day number 5 of the season. Forget
your
line
pick 3. Paid $574.95 for 50 cents there. You have 2 long shots over a first pick. Or 2 long shots, a first pick stuffed in the middle. So definitely would have been easily attainable.
Mm-hmm.
And the 6 finished second there. That's going to be it. Probably was a nice exacta too. As I look there, that was a $235 exacta, the long shot over the top win percentage / top GSR. All right, finally going in the gate at Tampa about 10 minutes past post. I can look that up, can't I? No, we're only 4 minutes past post.
2-1, just in time for wine. As Indy Line and Leo Monte going to be the final pair, which is about set for a start. Ready to close the show here on Saturday. Starter Eddie Boobles will send them on their way 1 mile. Leo Monte and Marcos Meneses. Marcos with the winner on time.
Marcos and his
Marcos. Yes, you beat me to it.
Okay. And the race is on. The bouncing there for Eddie the Great, who came away poorly. Just in time for wine. Going to go right out for the
There
early.
you go, Justin.
Line up to his outside and down to the bed. Players car wants a part of the early mix as well. As they
Will
go
there be
quickly
some
in
wine
front.
tonight,
Just in time
Justin?
for wine, just in front of Players Town.
Probably not. I mean, guys have my kids just hanging out.
Harpoon Harry as they go into that first turn. Then comes more of the work in the black colors.
I didn't mean wine for the kids. I meant wine for you.
No, yeah, probably not. Maybe tomorrow, but
1.5 fights, Bishop Key at 8th. Another racing 2. Back to a lonely ride. The bad
I gotta get Corey up at like 6 in the morning to get to his plane.
Longs to go. Just in time
I got a
for
7
wine.
a.m. flight to Fort
22
Lauderdale.
seconds for the opening quarter mile. It's just in time for wine.
Oh, you'll be there a little before
By
Corey.
2. Players Town down to the inside of Indy Lion. They're second and third. Another length and a half back to the pair of Leo Monte and Harpoon Harry. They travel 4th and 5th after 40. It's on in second.
I'm
Harpoon
gonna call
Harry
that a brisk
in the third
opening.
spot. Indy Lion pushed along in 4th. More than work catches the eye. Traveling pretty well 5th in the black colors orange cap. Still 5 lengths off, just in time for wine, who breaks him around at the top of the stretch. Just in time for wine. Trying to see it out up front. Leads it by 2 off the turn to Harpoon Harry and Players Town. More than work switches to the outside. Trying to come after this long time leader. Final furlong left to go. Here comes More Than Work after Just in Time for Wine. Late on the seat, Policy Option starting to run out as his Lonely Ride. More Than Work hits the front. Policy Option down the outside. Lonely Ride up the inside. More Than Work. And Antonio
ran
Second
22 first quarter. It was flying.
Yeah, insane.
Insane.
In the membrane.
I told the wife if Alabama wins the Iron Bowl, she doesn't have to take me to the airport in the morning. I'll take it over.
Okay. Then I should ask what you have on the iron ball.
I have a 50% profit boost.
Okay.
That should be all you need to know. All right. 8 minutes to Gulfstream, or 2 minutes to Fairgrounds? 3 minutes to
Fairgrounds, you got a 1-to-1 Asmussen favorite there.
Give you money shot, huh?
Like I said, 1-to-1. Just looking to see what else you got here.
The eight wins the race, Sim, in that race. It looked like to me it was between those two. The 8's had a start, so
yeah.
But the 3, obviously, the horse is taking a lot of money as a top GSR of 85. But they look between 3 and 8 to me.
The Stone Street Curlin Homebred.
I mean, horse was a favorite first out, was on the rails. So, I mean, that horse could definitely improve. I mean, it has a good GSR, gets a bit of a stretch out. Like they're both really nicely bred. But yeah, I don't. Go ahead, Oldy.
The 9 Flaming Glory, the second pick, hasn't run a lick since the first time out at Churchill.
At 1 minute to post 1 minute.
Yeah, like we believe they're going to get to post in 1 minute Fairgrounds.
No. I mean, who are the other firsters here? You have another Amos firster on the long shot. You got a Brad Cox firster you're getting 4-to-1 on by City of Light. Works look pretty good. That might be a horse worth taking a shot on. Cox has had a pretty good day today. That's the 7. For Cox there. Looks like it shipped. It was working at Oak Lawn and shipped in.
Question is whether Fairgrounds will post drag long enough to try and go on top of Gulfstream. I think these guys like do this stuff intentionally.
Yeah, I think they do it to each other for sure.
The horses are approaching starting gate.
No, Fairgrounds is going to go
There,
off.
nothing much there.
Can you beat this 3, Oldy?
Maybe with the might be worth a shot with the 7 or the 8, but
Horses have reached.
I don't think I'm taking 9-5 on the 8.
Now post time.
All right.
Jaime Torres. Romanaya coming up to the gate.
Jimenez Torres.
Axel Concepcion. Stimulate has the rail draw. Full of first-time starters first in. Zero Calme and 7 times raced Golden Bonita. TJ McMahon with Casilda.
All right, we're running thin on races.
Rosino Pedrosa Jr. with
We'll wrap this up with the 10th at Churchill.
Moyon with Carmeline.
Sounds good.
At 6 furlongs, 1 more. Tara Fawberry, a 3-time started Flaming Glory. All in line. Ready. And they're off. Yobi back broke sharp. Awakening with debut speed and toward the inside.
Need more trees at
right there with
Fairgrounds.
Golden Bonita. in between horses. And Casilda is also in close proximity to the early paces, the Stone Street Stables newcomer. Awakening is just in front, pressed down by Casilda. They're on even terms, dashing past the half-mile pole, where Casilda takes the lead from Awakening. Stipulated in third, Golden Benito running in fourth. He'll be back in fifth. Flaming Glory is a wide sixth at the 3.5. Then to the inside is Armalise. It's in tight quarters with the rail as they round the far turn. And Romanaya has dropped back to last. The opening quarter covered in 22.05 seconds. Coming toward the quarter pole, it's Casilda. With C.J. McMahon, first-time starter Casilda in front. Awakening look to get up in here now to Casilda as these maiden trio fillies turn for home. Stipulate is at the rail. Stipulate trying to come through a very narrow spot. Casilda, Stipulate kept in, and here's You'll Be Back, who just rolled them over. Then comes Awakening down to the 16th with Marcino Pedrosa Jr. You'll Be Back. You'll Be Back has kicked away now from Stipulate. Awakening is third. He's at the late stages. You'll Be Back. You'll Be Back on top by 2. Stipulate was the runner-up, Awakening third, and then Casilda.
All right, Justin, you were saying you might like somebody other than Rated by Merit here at Gulfstream?
Oh, I think I used the 1-4-7. I used all three picks in my pick 3 from the 5 in the last. Carlos David, I think Rated by Merit can be very tough, but I think the picks you have legit shots on the 4. He's a big price. If for some reason Rated by Merit don't want to go 2 turns, right? And everybody here going 2 turns for the first time, he's taking a ton of money. And I think on the GSR, Oldy, I think it does show a big number still at 10 furlongs. So I think the horse probably okay to go 2 turns. But, on the 4 horse, maybe have a bit of, lightly raced, right? I mean, it has 2 wins, maybe just coming into its own, but it's really going to have to improve. And then the 7's 22%. Classic, of course. Joe Bravo for Ben Conan comes out of really tough races. I mean, has been facing really tough, but I think Rated by Merit going to be tough. The 7 was the horse, so you get a little bit of a price. I didn't like the 2, 3, 5, 6, 9. So I thought Rated by Merit be tough, but maybe the 7 or 4 could upset.
Well, the race gives almost about a 3.5 length win to Rated by Merit here. I keep looking at Roar of the Beast like, it's a Saffy horse, but I don't think it wants 2 turns either as a maiden.
There's definitely a pool jumper. I mean, so you're going to end up with more maybe in the show pool, maybe not. It's going to be close on the 1. So, yeah, somebody dumping a lot of money in that pool. I mean, that's a tough spot on the rail. I mean, but, and it's a question mark on the stretch out. What'd say again, Chris?
65,000 out of 71,000 in the show on the 1.
Yeah. That's a scary predicament if you're playing with fire like that. I would not be. That's just not a good idea in a race like this. Because, I mean, if that were stumble or like 2 turns, you're burning a lot of money potentially. So.
Indeed. Well, there are 0 minutes to post. We'll get them up here on the screen. At 4 minutes to Churchill, race number 9, the Phillies 2-year-olds Golden Rod Stakes.
No, Jamie, I singled the 5 in the first race, the last Gulfstream race.
The horses are at the gate. It's now post time.
I don't remember.
Lining up and moving in for race number 10, the feature of the day, the in-reality division of the Florida Sire Stakes.
In the last, Jamie,
1 to 5 if you're on Rated by Merit.
I think I had it. a couple
Rated
different
by
tickets.
Merritt trying to stretch his speed
So
around
I
two
think the other
turns for the
one,
first
2,
time.
4, 5, 6, 7 might have been.
Jesus Rios looking for the sire sweep here. He won with a big long shot in My Denise earlier. The only other horse under 10-1 is that one. Number 7, Classic, of course, who's chased rated by Merritt around the track.
I could see your
Lou,
4. I also think the
Added real
3
estate
deserves
should not
a
be an
little
issue
bit
for
of
him.
Of a second
Here.
one.
Rallied from off the speed at 7/8
Yeah.
last time. They do go to the first finish line here. And Oleg draws the
find out.
outside to complete the line. 42nd running of the In Reality. They're all in line. Racing in the In Reality division of the Florida Sire Stakes. Good start for the heavy favorite rated by Merritt from the rail. Just Relax. Going to try to go up and apply race pressure from second. On the far outside, it's Oleg. Floating him out was Latch the Hatch, who's headstrong and fighting the rating. Well settled at the inside, Roar of the Beast, a length and a half in front of Emmett. The 2 at the back are Lou and Classic, of course. So a couple of them behind the favorite don't want to settle, but rated by Merritt is settled nicely up front. Rios has him clear by a length. Latch the Hatch is headstrong while second through a 24-second opening quarter. Just Relax is now third. At the inside, Roar of the Beast is now fourth. Outside fifth is Oleg. Back to sixth is Emmett, then Lou and Classic, of course. Everything going the way of rated by Merritt so far. He's left.
And we're not allowed to know.
It must be a bad connection with Roberts.
Lou is at the rail, and Emmett looks to follow somebody through a 48-4 opening half mile. They round the forward turn now. Less than 3 furlongs to run in the In Reality, and rated by Merritt has the lead. On the far outside, Classic, of course, is going to try him right now. He's 4 wide and given the green light by Bravo to try to hook this big favorite. Back to third, it's Latch the Hatch. Strutting on from the back is Lou. 3/4 and 14 flat. Rios hasn't moved on rated by Merritt yet. He's fending off a serious challenge from Classic, of course. Dropping back Latch the Hatch. Lou's going to try to rally for third. Rated by Merritt. He's just toying with him here. Off the turn on the stretch drive. Rated by Merritt. Rios asked him to finish it up, and it's finished indeed. He'll go 3 for 3 in the series. He's a talented colt indeed. The son of Battalion Runner. Rated by Merritt, and a no doubt about it victory. Classic, of course, was second. Good battle for third. In between, Just Relax. Outside was Lou.
I mean, the horse can go 2 turns. Probably, going to be a nice horse. Might still be best as a sprinter. We'll have to see. But I mean, I don't. But Oldy, I don't think it was all that great of a group. I mean, you could see the 7 ran second, kind of like we got. But
all right.
Yeah. Like Chris said, Chris Gubble say he run an open company, he'll get his head ripped off.
Just starting at its post time,
which is what happens a lot of times with those Michael Gates horses.
Post time at Churchill, and then we will quickly turn over to.
I like this race.
We got Del Mar as an option or Woodbine.
Waiting for my little monkey.
I think Quiet Side has a legit shot here. Top set, good chair. I don't even know that good chair is the best of the 2 Cox horses.
In the gate. And they're off. Milo Punky right to the front quickly.
I thought he said My Little Pony.
To the lead, and it's a 2-length lead by the time they hit the first turn. Eclatant is away second. Quiet Side is out in third. Sturgeon Moon 3 wide. Fourth, Fix It To Be. Down inside fifth. Good Cheer near the back of the pack. Early's racing up in behind Phillies. Wide on the course is Flashware, and now she pulls back to tuck in toward the inside. Milo Punky heading for the backstretch run the leader. Eclatant is prompting in second to an opening quarter in just 24 and 1/5 seconds. To their outside is Quiet Side racing third. Fix It To Be down inside fourth. Good Cheer right at mid-pack fifth. 3 lengths off the lead. Sturgeon Moon flanks her, and the trailer is Flashware as they head down the backstretch run. Milo Punky's the leader by half a length. Eclatant in no hurry to go by, but she's right there. Now she's getting closer. Eclatant up to the neck of Milo Punky. Here comes Good Cheer. Good Cheer emerging from the pack with a bold move on the far turn, 3 wide, and ranging up as they round the far turn. Quiet Side in behind her. They come for the top of the stretch, and Good Cheer with a big move on the far turn has taken charge at the top of the stretch. Eclatant's going to fight with her, though. Quiet Side is back in third. There's a furlong to go. Good Cheer has gone clear by 3. Quiet Side trying to run her down late. Good Cheer holding on to the lead. Quiet Side can't get to her. This filly is 4 for 4. Good Cheer.
So who's
dominates.
better, Good Cheer or Immersive?
Well, I think you can improve. I mean, these are, younger horses. So,
Well, but they've both beaten Quiet Side, so that's the common horse there.
yep.
Probably Immersive for me, but I don't know. I mean, it's a nice
Those are the
run.
two
3 to
horses
5,
people-
big favorite.
Yeah. Those are the two horses people have been talking about for a while out of the Cox barn.
All right.
And they both kind of have similar run styles too.
Is that the last one?
Well, Del Mar just went. We've got Fairgrounds. This will probably be our last one because Churchill's going to go off too late. We got 16 minutes to Fairgrounds.
And 19 minutes to Gulfstream, but it's up to you guys.
Probably not getting 3 to 1 Immersive. That's it. Well, I don't think that's happening, Anthony. That would be amazing, though.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah. Or could we get the Oaks Futures where we could get let's say something like all other 2-year-olds to Immersive, or Immersive to all other 2-year-olds in a double. But all right, so are we going to Gulfstream 11, or are we gonna, or did you guys want to call it?
Gulfstream 11 is in 19 minutes. We've got 14 minutes to the Turf Stakes at Fairgrounds.
I'm fine doing whatever you guys want to do. So I know that that's a long break here.
Churchill has to go a complete other cycle to get us to the next race. So let's wrap it with the Fairgrounds race.
Yeah, it's an insanely tough race. Go ahead, Oldy. I looked at this race and sprinting 5.5, like.
It's a David Harrison special.
But it's so tough. I mean, let's just look at the race sim. I mean, nearly the whole field is out there. I mean, it's a great race. It's super competitive. I mean, look at the ones, the horse to watch with all that speed. And the speed has all the win percents, but it's like, oh my gosh, look at, some of these horses outside. But yeah.
Well, the 2 Cloudwalker, I think it's good for at least a piece. I wish there was a better jockey than Declan Cannon there, but I'll take it. But I think shortening up, maybe the 11 can rate. Is a win at 5.
I mean, the GSR drops, though. I mean, oof. I mean, that horse ran at Keeneland and didn't run at all sprinting. I mean.
But you look, though, at the win against 64 is at 5. It was a 66 GSR. So it may just be one of those things.
I mean, yeah. All right. Not for me, but okay.
I like the 11. I think the 11's got with James Graham there, has a good shot. The race sim seems to like the 11. Your current favorite is the 12. for Correas with Jose aboard. And Correas and Jose do have good numbers. They're 23% in 56 rides in the last year. I mean, there appears to be too much pace for any of these 90-plus horses to win. So let's.
I mean, you could have a horse still win on the front end, in my opinion. I mean,
But I mean, look at this horse though. At 5.5, I mean, it was good last time, but it's been every other race, and this is the bad race on the 4. I don't like the long shot at all. And I don't like the 3. I mean, yes, the 3 almost, the 3 100% looks like it has to be on the lead. I mean, it hasn't run poorly at 5.5. So if you made me choose any of these, it would be the 3. Who has 24% and a negative 5% ROI. The 5 for Asmussen's definitely a toss for me. I said I like the 11. I don't. The 8 looks slow and needs the lead. The 6 maybe, but Colonial Forms usually doesn't translate. What about the? I can't believe I'm saying this. What about the 13? It's a big step up in class.
Way out there.
I mean, that's a gigantic step up. I mean, barely getting there. Oh my gosh. I mean, taking a little money, but ugh. I don't really like any of the horses coming off the pace. That's why I thought that the speed could be just really dangerous in this turf sprint. And thanks, Chris Couples. Good. Have a good weekend.
Yeah. Good job, Chris. And see, I like the 7. I like the 11, even though that's not all that off the pace. The 2. I mean, the 2 wants to go 5.5. You look at that, they tried to stretch it out and it didn't run at all.
I mean, that horse is going to get it probably get a good ground saving trip. It's just going to have to work out a trip. The 2 horse that'd be the 2 probably the only one I really like off the pace. Oldy. The 7 okay, but I don't know. To me, I think I'd have 1, 3, 4, 5, but I can't narrow from that, man. I mean. That's just all going to be up on the lead. I mean,
and I'd be 11, 7, 2, 12. All right, well, let's put all this back here for a second. Let's see in this difficult field if we can come up with a trifecta.
I got to hear this.
Yeah.
I'm going to get rid of the 1. I'm going to get rid of the 4 on top. So I shouldn't do it. Hold on. Let's do this. What am I doing? Let's start there. Let's try not to mess this up and try it again. So if I take the 1 and the 4 out, it wants the 3 in second. Which is interesting. For sure. 5'11".
Well, I mean, it doesn't. It
don't-
just it has the speed holding Oldy from that. I mean, that's why. I mean, it has
I mean,
it as a
even when
horse
I
silver. I mean, Moonlit Lady. I mean, is coming. When you look at just toss all the dirt races. I mean, there's a bunch of them. So, I mean, one 72 on the lead. So, I mean, this horse is gonna have to get the lead, but. The 1 and 3 are both fast, man.
let's just try this. I'm gonna, I think I'm not gonna be able to do it at $12, but let's double that and play something like this. The 6 is a little interesting. I know, Chris, you love that term when talking about horses. Just missed at 6 furlongs against the 72 group at Aqueduct last time out. Seems like the type that usually just misses, but maybe in this pace scenario and with more of an outside post than the 2, this might be a horse that could get up. And you're getting 12-1. But for me, it's a use in second or third horse. Anthony likes the 6 to skim the rail for the win. The rail skim and ride.
Rail skimming ride.
What's interesting is the 6 and the 2, 6, 2, and 7 have the most wins at the distance. And the best win percentages, it looks like. '64s. I'm just trying to see if they're decent step up in class, not huge. But and I do think the 3 could finish first or second or third. And at the price of 16-1, I think you got to use it. 12's your favorite. All right, I got to pick somebody, so I'm going to go with the 11 as my pick. 11, 6, 7 is where I'm going to end up.
I'd probably be 3, 5, 1, maybe.
Okay, 3, 5, 1, and 11, 6, 7. Let's see if either of us can get a horse in the money on this one. We just need like 3 Chad Brown horses or Clement horses in this race too.
It's amazing from a betting standpoint, but it's tough. I mean, I really don't. I can't. I mean, I can narrow, but it's a tough bet to put together. I don't really love anybody specifically on top. I do like the 3 and 5 best though. I mean, you're getting great prices, but
yeah, to me, the 5 just. I mean, the only wins at Kentucky Downs on turf.
I mean, Asmussen got the horse though, and I don't like that they were on dirt last and still trying to figure that out. But which is probably why I go more to the 3. But he at least goes back to turf finally, gets a good post. I mean, that horse is the biggest question mark to me. Loveberry rides, so he obviously drawing him out, but see, race him, have them closing. I'm on the opposite.
Well, I took the speed out just to look
Yeah.
at it from the stretch to the finish. I mean, the 10 looks like it just finishes second a lot. The 6, same thing. So maybe I'll try, let's see here. So if I go to fairgrounds, we'll do a 11 over 6, 7, 2 exacta. Just an entertainment play, as David would say.
Entertainment plays are fun.
They are.
We got a couple minutes to post.
Yeah, we're almost
They're
there.
dancing around.
I mean, is there anything in the next that we could double into? Looks like the 2 or the 1, maybe.
Next.
What did you say?
I said there's a bunch of horses in the next.
Yeah, but are there any worth doubling to? That you could figure out that you want to double to. Let me put it that way.
Who are you going to use here? How
Well,
many?
you'd have to spread here. It was my thought, even though I like that. I use the 11 on top of my exacta. So I'd be looking to use 1 horse in the last, and I'm not seeing that as an option either. I mean, the 1 or the 9 would be the chance to take, but
Maybe the 7. It's an arrow up.
yeah, but maybe a year ago.
Well, you could go with the 5 too. Trainer's 29%. Second race back. Off a win at Delta.
With all your sick Delta buddies.
I mean, it's sore challenged, but
I mean, it looks like the 9 will have the lead at the stretch. Probably. Maybe the 2, but the GSR is not great.
I don't like it.
All right, we're going to go to the turf course here.
The turf course is not inundated with salt water.
It is not.
I'll put the 3 on top, I think. That'd be where I'd end up.
Starting gate that is now posted for the Pan Surrender Stakes. David Cohen, Boston Roddy, and Friday. Tomorrow with Alabreve.
Way to go, Flatter. Appreciate it. Hit the like button.
Fernando Palmer with Cecile. Axel Concepcion.
Good look at their
Moonlight
purpose.
Lady through 3.
Appreciate you all for joining. Thanks for being with us.
Off-ramp loading. Ever So Sweet, Marcelino Pedrosa Jr. batting for a double. Jared Flubberry with a 4-time winner. Accomplished Girl coming up. James Graham, Cupid's Crush. He's a 9-time winner.
Good luck, Block Party.
Barbosa with Hollywood Walk. Jose Ortiz. All I Want Is You went in well. One more. Over Hernandez with Sugar Bee. 5.5 furlongs here of the Stolson Turf Course Fur. Portable rail at 8 feet. Saturday headliner all in.
Not all in.
And we're off here in a minute. Good luck, everybody. Thanks, Wiz. Appreciate it.
Sugar Bee last up. So stand by.
Start the new job on Monday.
Yeah,
So wait
good
for
luck
Sugar
on your first day and your new job. And we're all counting on you, of course.
Of course.
All right, come on, 13, get in the gate or scratch the horse and let's just go.
In Australia, they don't monkey around. You get like 2 shots and then done.
Oh, I thought you were going to say in Australia they load the horses using monkeys, which would be pretty cool.
It would be, but
Starter Jesse Sherwood going
that
home.
horse would be done right now.
Folks, Sugar Bee into that stall.
Again, trivia question. Who's the only horse to be gate scratched that wouldn't load for the Breeders' Cup Classic?
Last of the 12 to move in will be Sugar Bee.
Don't remember.
Quality Road.
Glad Walker now the 5-2 favorite. Sugar Bee given a 48-1 chance.
Yeah, this
Still
is.
won't load.
Yeah, then scratch the horse and be done with it. You don't have to do anything. I mean, you can still dispatch the field. It's behind the gate.
Why started? Double the wins for Sugar Bee. Sugar Bee today reluctant to load with a Panzeretta.
This is a disservice to all the horses that got in.
But Bosserati was first in, and Sugar Bee will be.
Why does the jock hop off the horse? Like,
Reluctant to load is Sugar Bee.
Because they don't have a good gate crew.
Now the job's off. The horse
look.
has not calmed down.
look, at least
Yeah.
the jock got off the horse finally. My
Yes.
goodness.
Dan's
Right.
100% right. The gate crew is pathetic.
Look, the jock gets off the horse and the horse low right in the gate.
100th Thanksgiving.
Imagine that.
The race week, Sugar Bee's all in. Hoping to reset.
All right, now let's not
You go.
take a half hour opening the gate.
They're off. Racing in the Panzeretta Stakes, so 20.
Somebody's in the lead, but you can't tell.
Blasting away, Moonlit Lady, good speed to engage. Bosserati.
If
As
there
they
just
dash
weren't
past the
those
half-mile
trees
roll,
there.
Bosserati in front of Moonlit Lady. Cecile is running in third.
I mean, why would
Back
you
to the
plant a
inside
bunch
is
of
Thomas
trees that
Girl
would
in
skew
fourth.
the
Running
race?
around Cloud Walker is fifth. Hollywood Walk is sixth. Off ramp in seventh. Ever So Sweet is
Somehow we've lost the audio.
We've lost the bleeps, we've lost the sweeps, and we've lost the creeps here.
Should have stuck with my 5. We ran a big race. 3 gonna run good, but
Well, on the outside, here's Cecile with her bid. It is Accomplished Girl with Jared Flubberry deep in the final furlong. Hollywood Walk is running on with on the outside Cecile, then Bosserati front outside Ala Brave. They're close to home. Cupid's Crush with a late bid. It's Accomplished Girl. Accomplished Girl prevails in the
5-11.
from Cupid's Crush, Hollywood Walk, Ala Brave, then Cecile.
We're going in the gate at Gulfstream if we want to end there.
All right.
It's now post time. Lining up, moving in, race 11, even money on Lady Mary. Edwin Gonzalez up for trainer Jack Sisterson, the German-bred daughter of the lawman. 4-1, New Virginia.
Fought the law. And the law won.
Gossiper readies. Biloxi Blues to the outside.
Chris, I hope you have a great day at Gulfstream
They're
tomorrow.
in the gate.
Yeah. We got 2 minutes.
And runners away. In the middle, it's Madame Mischief, who was quick into stride. Alongside her is Beach Ready. These two head off for the early advantage. Up on the outside, a headstrong Biloxi Blues trying to get over. Moving at the inside, that's Blitz, who's now into the fourth position early. Away fifth, cozy spot for race favorite Lady Mary. She's only 4 lengths off of Beach Ready, who sets the tempo. Out the rail, New Ginia. Then Faye's Rhonda Cares. 2 back to Gossiper, third last. Second last with an inside passage is Aspen Dawn. And a long-looking last early is the Tape Runner. Around the first turn they go. It's Beach Ready and Micah Husbands off the lead by 2.5. Madame Mischief second. Biloxi Blues is on the outside third from Blitz, who's fourth at the rail. Followed fifth by race favorite Lady Mary, still well situated in the 2-path with options on where she wants to race. She's a length in front of New Ginia, who saves ground toward the inside for Bravo. Faye's Rhonda Cares is on her outside blue colors. Then Gossiper and Aspen Dawn, still lagging well back, is Tape Runner. They went to half in 47-1. They leave the backstretch and move on to the forward turn. It's still Beach Ready, the target by a length. Madame Mischief second. Let go for a run. 3 wide now is Biloxi Blues. Patient behind the speed, Lady Mary. She's following Egan on Madame Mischief. 3 wide Phase Rhonda Cares. New Ginia will try to follow Lady Mary as they reach the top of the stretch. 3/4, 111-1. Who do you like here? They straighten for the drive, loose for the drive. Lady Mary getting through between horses. New Ginia. She's charging to challenge. It's New Ginia who bursts on the scene to take the lead at the 8th pole. Lady Mary down the stand side tries to get into second, but Bravo followed the right one through. New Ginia is in front. Lady Mary's up for second. Blitz ran third. It's close fourth. Beach Ready might have hung on in 140-4.
Well, I may have accidentally played my turf pick 3 for $6 instead of 3. Possibly I meant to cancel one and replace it with the other, but ended up being a happy mistake because that just paid almost $800.
Nice. Hold on, Oldy. All right, we're going to do the last race here, race to Churchill. They are behind the gate.
Oh, that's all you guys.
All right, she's a funky drummer. That's the Ravelli horse everybody really liked coming out of Kentucky Downs. It nearly stole that race. The horse is 2-0 on dirt, 0-2 on synthetic, though. That's your long shot right now. You're getting 8-1 there. You got Morning Line says the horse should be 9-2, Justin. There you have the George Arnold horse, though, the Rusty Arnold, I should say, horse with Sias aboard that appears like it's going to sit the trip. To me, the one Echo Sound, the top pick.
All right, we are getting ready to load.
And the horses have reached the starting gate. It's post time. Waiting for Cotillard.
You also have the second choice here is an off the board one that I have a note on. She Shows Spicy. Broke like a flash, ran brilliantly, never challenged, has talent. Won by almost 17 lengths. That's the 4 horse.
To the gate. And the rough. Fraying.
And did not break all
on top. She's So Spicy comes on. She's a funky drummer. Is also there as they move up the backstretch. Rosado's in that early fray. And Me Governor on the far outside. Echo Sound is chasing them down inside 6th. Atomic City is away 7th. Viral Plain Lady on the far outside 8th by 5. Impulse by second to last early and already a dozen lengths off the leaders. The trailer is Long Shot Cotillard. as they head for the far turn. And a battle up top between Rosado and She's So Spicy. The two of them knocking heads with 3 furlongs to go. The Governor in a drive, trying to keep up while third, getting a bit closer now. Echo Sound tries to come on through between horses. Praying is buried down toward the inside. She's a funky drummer. Here with a shot dangling to the far outside. An Impulse Buy is catching up and catching up quickly. They're off the turn. She's So Spicy comes away with the lead, but it's tenuous. Here comes Impulse Buy. Impulse Buy rallying down the center, up for the lead at the 16th, and is opening up down to the wire. Impulse Buy takes advantage of a quick pace to score by 3. Echo Sound managed to put up the second. There was She's So Spicy. Farther back, either Me Governor or Praying.
All right. Not sure where Justin is, but Oldy, I think that is a wrap for us.
Very nice. Great show, everybody. I really, as always, enjoyed, talking with you guys and playing horses with you guys. Hope everybody has a great rest of their Thanksgiving weekend and a wonderful beginning to your week. And we will talk to you next week.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for joining. We do appreciate it. Please hit the like and subscribe button. I believe full slate of shows next week. Scotty will be back with a couple of shows during the week. Road to the NHC on Friday. Weekend preview show Thursday night. And we will be back with you on Saturday for the stretch run. Appreciate you all for joining. Have a good rest of your evening and roll tide.
Roll Tide.